so.
Go let the bass kick.
But can anybody stop JJ with moves like that?
There, as Z pulls up, looking for the double tap, gets it! What a...
Rocket League IQ and Sloppy Snail's just able to get one right over.
Bolton now takes the one touch, tries to find the other, gets the double tap with 1 minute.
Absolutely, we go for an air dribble play. Darkbrain's waiting for that pass midfield. Flick reset. Air dribble still. It's over one, and shot is on. What a pass!
Hit a lead. Suki is going to try to take it up the wall, take control. Can't quite get the touch. It's going back to the corner. Life, of course, with maybe a risky push, opens up the goal for a shot, but Twitch21 just cannot put it on. A huge turnaround right here is going to give Lifeless Corpse a very, very quick goal right off the bat. 15 seconds in, already up 1. Okay. Just getting word that Jopapa may not have his mic working, so I'll try to solo here for a second while he gets that operable. But all right, Twitch coming in for a shot. Life Course coming in for a save. Soak's going to try to take it up the wall again. We know how this worked out last time. He just can't quite get the touch again. Twitch is going for the push. Gets a collect. He's going to try to dribble it in. Cub is looking for the pass. Just not quite there to grab it. Kind of a back and forth here. Maybe a lucky goal gotten here from Silky and Lifeless coming into the first minute. We haven't really seen too much else coming from them as of now. So still unsure on how that chemistry works, but Twitch21 coming in with a little bit of an air dribble off the wall there, showing off a little bit. He's going to pass it to his teammate Cub, who's just going for a slam, going in for the second hit, but a good catch by Lifeless Corpse is going to all advances on that. Almost a shot opportunity there by Twitch21. No reception from his teammate Cubnuts, though. However, is going to almost lead to another just open goal, just not quite taken advantage of by the Silky Smooth team. But Silky's back up on the wall for his third time. He looks for the touch. He gets the air roll in. Almost a goal. A great save there, though, by Twitch21. Way to just be back on defense in order to save that. Lifeless Corpse going for what a touch! Lifeless Corpse coming out with all of the surprises. And we're just this early into the night, only a minute into the game practically. 2 goals from him, 1 off from a hat trick, gets the air roll touch, the second touch over one of the members of the other team, getting a easy, not so easy actually, goal. Trying to figure out at the moment whether or not Jopapa is having his mic operable. I'm going to go ahead and guess not, but we'll jump back into the game where Twitch21 TTG has the ball and is trying to dribble it around. Can't quite get the touch. He's going to try to follow it, backs off, no boost. Cumnuts is already up in the air. You can already tell the chemistry these teams have just based on the fact that Cumnuts knew he had to go up there. There's definitely comms going on. You can tell almost the difference between the two teams on who has played together more just by their rotations. And all of that, because in twos, rotations are incredibly important. They're, if not the most important thing to learn in order to master this game mode. Twitch21 with a great flick, can't quite get the second hit. It's going back into the offensive. Lifeless Corpse with his 3rd shot of the night in just his first game, coming out with a hat trick. A complete shock and awe to me, a surprise. Great touch there by Lifeless Corpse to redirect that straight into goal, putting his team up 3 with still 2.5 minutes left to go. With this much time left, you have to wonder if he's just going to keep putting them in the net like he has been. I was fine for my to try to keep somewhat of a good stream going. But Life of Score coming in with his 4th shot of the night. Who is this guy? Just walks in and is just making a cakewalk out of this tournament right now. Potentially underdog team is just is seeming to come out of this first match, and for 2 players who have not ever played together before, they're looking pretty good. We want at least one Brazil with 1:40 left. It's definitely possible. Life of course looks for another shot. 21 is seeming to begin to read his shots and goes for his own little flick. Gets it over and straight into the goal. What a nice touch. Just going to drop it straight in there over Silky. Good collect, good dribble. Overall, good shot. But can they get back into this, Jopapa? I said this. All right. All right. Turns out Jopapa's mic has not been operational this whole time, so that's always fun. I've just been out here talking to myself, I guess. We'll get that fixed momentarily after this game ends for everyone. But with a minute left, Silky Smooth is still in the lead by 3 points, the same as they were at the 2.5-minute mark. Silky looking for a collect. He's going to try to get another touch. He gets another touch. He wins the 50. It's an open goal if he can get the shot. He goes to a dribble, lines it up perfectly, does not want to miss that open goal. Those open goal shots are always the most nerve-wracking, but he makes very good use of the opportunity, putting his team up 4 with a minute left. It is starting to look like a tough climb for the other team, being 21 Nuts. It's starting to look like kind of a tough rebound from this. All right, chat. Verify whether or not Jopapa's mic is operational. What a shot from Silky coming in, going for the corner. Cumnuts getting a good reading, going for the stay, but the ball just seems to roll in. I'm not even sure what happened here. Lifeless scores a great read. He's going to sneak in and take advantage of a little bit of a double commit from 21 Nuts. The ball is just going to roll in. Incredibly unlucky for 21 Nuts. Incredibly lucky for Silky Smooth. And with 38 seconds left, the Brazil is looking to be in reach here.
It is. The Brazil is looking terrifying, to be honest. There is a very good chance we could be seeing a Brazil here. About 30 seconds on the clock. I mean, Silky or Lifeless Corpse just needs to get one, and that's that. They're going to Brazil.
And what a monumental victory that would be. Just a reminder for everyone, this is a one-game best-of-1 elimination series until the finals and semifinals. So whatever team loses does not continue. And it looks like with 1 second left, 21 Nuts is going to be put out of the tournament. Unfortunate for them. Silky Smooth will move forward to go against Daddy Twisty Slurps a couple games from now. But for now, let's go ahead and switch lobbies, and players are standing by and can join the field whenever they are ready to. Yeah, looking like we're just waiting for a couple people to join. There we go. All right. Looks like.
Yeah. And now the match is getting underway.
Looks like we got Papa and GM Flicks going in for the kickoff. Going to start off this round strong. Papa Chunky Puffs with a major boom, but Crouton is just sitting there. He's ready for it. He goes for the shot already off the bat. Chuigo with a nice save, though. He's going to pass it out to Papa Chunky Puff, who's going to look for a shot. Can't keep up with the ball quite. Give it to GM Flicks, who passes it down to Crouton. Great teamwork already coming out of the door here in just the first 20 seconds. Papa with another great save. Gonna try to take it down the field. He looks for the hook shot, gets the flick, but GM Flicks there to save it. What a great read.
Oh, a little bit of pun there. I see what you did. Great
accidental.
save by Papa Chunky Puff as well, though. We're seeing some kind of close calls. These teams are both seem to be playing a bit up. There's been a couple opportunities, even only like a minute in, where they've almost just gotten like straight booms down. If they had a bit more speed, could maybe be seeing some goals here.
Yeah, we definitely have very aggressive playstyles from both teams here, but that is to be expected, or at least what I expected coming from GNFlix and Crouton. As we all know, Astro is a very offensive team. GNFlix looking for the demo, he gets it. It's just gonna roll into goal. What a shot! That might be the best goal of the night. I'm not really sure how you can top this. I mean, wow, what a play!
Yeah, what an interesting way to score as well. He just literally just stops mid-dribble to fake. Chuiga goes flying over him. He just drives up and demos Papa Chunky Puff. Very calculated play, very smart by GNFlix.
Brilliant play there. What a save by Chuigo to read that shot off of Crouton. It's going out center. Papa Chunky Puff does not go for a dribble. He looks for the shot. Can't quite get it in. GNFlix is up, but he's going to try to challenge it off the wall. Gets the center. Can Chuigo get up? He just can't quite make the shot. Just a little bit wide, but very strong offense coming from Papa Chunky Puff and Chuigo right now. Although GNFlix is making an effort to turn that around, get it back down to the other side of the field, but an awkward pinch is going to send this almost directly into their goal. Almost not saved, but the crossbar coming in clutch to keep that goal from going in.
Yeah, and we've been seeing a few crossbar goals here. To be honest, I'm surprised it's only 0-1 right now, because I feel like these teams are putting on a really strong offense on both sides.
Crouton gets the boom, but Papa Chunky Puff's taken out, or Crouton gets demoed as he gets the boom. Papa Chunky Puff looking to take this down to the other side of the field. He's waiting for Crouton to make a move. Decides to just go for it anyway, but Crouton, patient and ready, beats him in the 50. Gonna get the dunk. Chuigo looks for a wall shot. He gets the touch. It's headed straight for goal. What a shot off of the wall. Just what an amazing play here by Chuigo. The perfect hit.
Wow, yeah, that was really good. And GNFlix just like half a second away from blocking that. I mean, you're seeing how just neck and neck these teams are. Always just right there to challenge each other.
Great play by this team. I'm seeing a lot more competitiveness in this match than I was seeing in the last one. These teams do seem to be fairly evenly matched, with halfway through the game still 1-1. An amazing save there by Chuigo, who seems to be getting almost all the saves on that side of the field. Tries to get an offensive play going, though. An interesting touch by Crouton is going to stall that. GNFlix looking for the boom. He's going to try to get it out, and it looks like he does. Goes for the triple, the double touch. Can't quite get it down to the goal, though.
Wow, and GNFlix especially, he keeps going for these really scary like aerial plays, air dribble-esque kind of plays. And you know, that's definitely very scary, because it's one of those things where it's like, unless you're the greatest defender of all time, eventually one of those is bound to go in.
It's a very good point. And, you know, these two teams, like you were saying, are very competitive teams, and they're definitely very skilled teams as well. I'm thinking a lot more even than maybe what last game was looking at. Although I think we were all surprised by how Lifeless Corpse was performing. So we'll have to see how they do coming into the rest of the night. But with a minute 20 left, it's starting to look like overtime might be an option.
Yeah, it very well might be. I mean, with the pace this game is going, it feels like, honestly, it feels like we're just seeing all four of these players just at their best. Like, they're really not making mistakes. The only, like, the two goals that have happened, really, it feels like there's not that much the defense could have done. And, wow, I thought that was in.
I also thought that was a great touch there by Papa Chunky Puff. Almost gets it in, but GNFlix with a dribble gets it around Chuigo. Great play here. Great control of the ball. Perfect dribble. Just going to shoot that straight in, putting them up 1 goal with a minute left.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, GNFlix has been getting some really good, like, slow sort of fake out plays. He had the dribble for that second goal. And of course, the first goal was the fake. Wow, really good demo there to avoid that shot coming on. That was very.
That could have been game changing right there.
Yeah, for sure. Crouton clearing out of his own goal path. Is Papa Chunky maybe on? Not quite, but maybe able to center it. No, Gene Flick's up, doing some crazy aerial stuff. Love to see it.
Yeah, I just want to bring up the rotations of these two teams because, as we discussed earlier, rotations are probably the most important part about twos. Me and Jopapa can tell you all about that as this is our primary game mode, but both these teams seem to almost have the exact same idea on how to go about rotates, which might be why they're so evenly matched. They seem to both be kind of favoring offense over defense, and not keeping too much distance from each other. They seem to be almost kind of like right on top of each other most of the game. But as I'm talking, the Smurfs win, taking this game by 1 goal, and will be moving on to face one of the bye teams in a coming match.
Wow, yeah, and that at the end there, I was thinking we might be seeing an overtime. That was like 3 shots on with like 2 seconds on the clock. I mean, shout out Flicks and Crouton for being able to defend against that because I could not.
And just like that team, what could have been, but they are no longer because they are out of this tournament, and we are moving on to the next 2 teams.
Oh yeah. And next up, I believe, or actually, never mind, my info's wrong. Who do we have next?
Scraps, J Jr. versus Lime Dub and Mr. Rebel.
Ooh, yeah, Limed Up and Mr. Rebel. Not actually originally a part of this event. They're filling in for Mez and Brick right now. I'm really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Limed Up play, so it's kind of the same situation as the Lifeless Corpse and Silk Easy. We'll see if he comes out and puts on a performance like Lifeless Corpse. Who knows? But I mean, I'm excited to see how he goes.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how the newer players look, as we have not got to see what they have done before. A whole new person to talk about, really. And like you were saying, if he can do some stuff like Lifeless Corpse was doing, then this is going to be a even better night than it was already going to be. But paired up with Mr. Rebel, kind of a last minute thing, like you were saying, I'm not certain these two got that much teamwork in or practice, so hopefully they can still do pretty well. And they're going against what I think is going to be one of the tougher teams of the night, being Scraps and Jay Jr. Not only 2 really good players, but also 2 former teammates, both being on the Bleacher Boys last season.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually even think of that when looking through the teams. So they probably do have a lot of chemistry together. I think they play a good bit together in like Vibe Catch as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of
gonna have some chemistry.
Yeah, I see a lot of ranked games going on between these two and other people around. So definitely a lot of chemistry coming. It's like polar opposites. We got one team that just practices together all the time, and then another team that is brand new as of 20 minutes ago. So I can't say the weights are exactly even, but you never know. One of these teams might be able to just pull out one of the craziest underdog wins of the night.
Yeah, and I'm gonna switch the arena here. I thought it was still gonna be on Champions Field, and that was not quite Champions Field, to be honest.
It does look a little bit different.
Yeah, it does. It would be interesting to see how they play on it. But
Yeah, another thing I was seeing
quite a competitive environment.
Another thing I was seeing earlier, at least in the league, was that a lot of people seem to think Scraps and Jay Jr., team name Sons of Pitches, had a very good shot at taking the whole tournament as a like overall. So we're gonna have to see how this goes, because they have a lot of fans, or maybe not a lot of fans, that are thinking they're gonna make it that far.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a good chance they make it very far. They're definitely a really strong team. Although, to be honest, I think, I feel like when you look at it on paper, that's like a super strong team, but there's like 8 other teams that are also sound really good. So like, I really don't know, and I'm really interested to see how Lime shows up and does here. Because like, for instance, like 21 and Cubnuts, I thought were also going to be a good team, and I still think they were a good team. I just think Lifeless Corpse was just crazy. He was doing some Alex stuff out there.
Yeah, definitely a lot more stronger teams than I'd originally anticipated to register. Definitely a very competitive night, not one we were exactly expecting, but happy to see nonetheless, because the more competitive the game, the more fun it is to commentate. And with that, we're gonna have to jump into this next lobby here and get this next game going.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, and that last match, I mean, talking about competitive, to be honest, I'm like, dude, I'm hyped just like thinking about that last match. That was like actually really good. Because I'm like, I think G and Flix, even based on that, like, the scoreline was what, 2-1, I believe?
Yeah.
And, you know, you might think maybe, oh, maybe these teams aren't that good, then, you know, it's a low scoring game. But you would definitely be wrong if that's what you thought. Because to be honest, I think Papa Chunky Puff's team as well, even though they're out round 1, they're based on that performance, like, they might have been able to win it all. I'm like, those are some like championship teams right there.
For sure. And just to clarify for any viewers watching, Snow Kitty 13 is Lime Dubs. He's just using, he's just not on his main account right now. Still verified to make sure he was not a GC rank or anything, and that this paired up. So, that him and Mr. Rebel could fit on a team together because the rule was 1 GC. We are following that rule, so it is an alt account. It has been checked. Just waiting for players to just hit the field, and we'll get going.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm definitely, again, just really interested to see how this is going to go. Like, I mean, again, Lime, it's just, after that Lifeless Corpse performance, and Silk Easy, I think he did a really good job supporting him as well. Even though he clearly wasn't like, he wasn't the scorer, but a lot of passes, a lot of good plays. And so I think, I'm hoping maybe we can see a similar thing from Lime.
Yeah, surprising amount of teamwork considering how short of a practice they had. So it's definitely, it just proves that it's possible for teams to come out not knowing each other whatsoever and still have a fabulous game. So, I mean, realistically, Mr. Rebel and Lime Dub win is not anywhere near out of the question here, even though Scraps and Jay is an incredibly strong team.
Yep, and already we're seeing Jay do his thing. Although, wow, Mr.
Lime Dub.
That is not something many players this league can do. Just stop Jay in the middle of an air dribble. I think we might be seeing a very good player out of Lime tonight.
Yeah, Lime Dub coming out swinging. I was not expecting this from him. Gets another big center. However, Mr. Rebel is empty and cannot go for a shot. Gets the save though. Nice and patient. Just waiting back on Jay Jr.'s shot. He's going to try to take it up the wall. Maybe it's a little bit of a pass. Trying to confuse Scraps, but he just sits back and waits for it to come to him.
Yep, Scraps has got those veteran instincts. He's been playing for a few seasons now. He's a captain now. He is not going to be afraid to challenge. He knows sometimes you just got to go in. Can't hesitate. Oh,
what a 50.
Yeah, that's in.
Wow. And just another example of why Jay Jr. is such a highly regarded player in this league. The skill is respectable. And I was about to say, when you were talking about Scraps, it's hard to not be confident and stuff when you have Jay Jr. at your back. I mean, you kind of know you have room to do whatever you want and play however you want. That's not to say, go for risky stuff, but if you do, you're probably covered.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jay definitely known for his aerial sort of capabilities, which I do think he's one of the best in the league for sure. Just air dribbles and things like that. Very mechanical player. But, I mean, he's GC for a reason. He goes crazy on the field. He still has a really good game sense. He's not just a purely mechanics player, and so that's what makes him so good.
Yeah, what a save! What a save there by Lime Dub. Getting a save off of a pass from Scraps to Jay Jr. Another little show off of their aerial expertise. a team comprised of two very mechanical players here, featuring Scraps and Jay Jr., who, like we said, were on the same team last season, but now we're actually on rival teams, with Jay being the fourth man on the Mustangs and Scraps being the captain of the newly founded Cavalry.
Yeah, and wow, okay.
What a
That's a really
save.
good shot by Lime, and even better save by Jay. And you know, I really need to compliment Mr. Rebel and Lime here for their team play is really good, especially considering this team got made like an hour ago. So I don't
Yeah.
know how they're this good, but I'm glad they are. It's a treat to watch.
Yeah, they were a dynamic duo just waiting to happen. Glad we could set it up for them and get them out here on the field because, like you said, they are playing very well. Limedub coming in to just show off his abilities. Not certain if he plans on joining or registering as a free agent for next season, but definitely would recommend it. He's playing very well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't see how he wouldn't get picked up with skills like this. So, and
What a flick!
What a flick!
Oh my God, he just had to back up our statement.
Yeah.
He's probably listening to us right now. Just wanted to show off a little bit. Great dribble here from Limedub. Nice flick. Just gonna sink it straight in over both of them. Tying it back up, getting his team back into the game. And with 2 minutes left, there's still lots of time to do stuff. He goes in for the shot, but Jay Jr. is sitting there ready to boom it out. And I have to say, I am surprised that with 2 minutes left, these two teams are tied.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just like the Gianflix and Crouton one. I called them to be one of my first to win the tournament, and they had a super close game. And we're kind of seeing the same thing with Scraps and Jay here. A lot of people had them as their favorite to win, and it's tied 1-1.
Oh,
although not
Jay
quite tied 1-1.
Jr. Jay Jr. coming in with another 50, second one of the night, giving his team both goals off of them. It seems like maybe Limedub lost the ball in that flick, but with a minute left, I mean, they're definitely not out of this whatsoever, especially if they can start doing some of that teamwork they were doing before. Scraps is maybe going to get to the kickoff, but he turns off of it, lets Mr. Rebel get the touch. It almost just bounces in. Very risky touch from Scraps himself. Great demo from Mr. Rebel. Unfortunate miss there by Limedub. But Jay Jr. tries to sneak in a little bit of a shot. Mr. Rebel there, waiting back, gets the save. He does not want to go down 2-0, but Jake looks for another shot. His third in like the past 20 seconds. Huge defense coming from this team. Another shot. He just cannot lay the ball down.
Yeah, and wow, I think Mr. Rebel got like 3 saves there. That was very crazy. You know it's scary when you're in a 1v2 situation where Scraps pops it up in the air straight to Jay in front of your goal.
That's another thing I've been
But he's
seeing.
lucky,
Is that
so.
I've been seeing a really like a large amount of pass plays going on between Jay and Scraps.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them have kind of made itself into a goal, but I've seen a lot of passes going on in the offense. Jay coming in though for his hat trick of the night, his third solo goal here in his first game, and with 20 seconds left, it's starting to look like they might be moving on.
Yeah, I mean, good demo by Jay. Another save by Mr. Rebel. Yeah, he's sitting on 4 saves, I believe, right now. 4 saves. Which just wow. I mean, that's very difficult to save really any of Scraps or Jay's shots, let alone 4.
With
So,
0 seconds left, it's looking like Scraps and Jay Jr. are going to be taking this game and moving on into the next match. And I just have to ask, what do you think they did right there in order to beat the other team? Because at like the 2-minute mark, these teams look neck and neck.
Yeah, honestly, it really felt like they just outpaced them a little bit in the last like minute and a half there. Because it felt like they were kind of just trading shots off and on, and then they each got one eventually. But like, you know, at that last little bit of the game, Jay and Scraps totally took over, and it felt like the ball was just never on their side of the field, which I think a lot of that comes down to just big clears and smart clears, you know, clearing it to the opposite corner of where the enemy players are.
It's definitely a good point. A great game there, though. We did get the call on the, at least I called the Scraps and Jay Jr. dub. I do believe this is a very strong team. However, I do think they might, hit a very, very tough battle coming into the following games because we're just getting started and there is a lot of good players coming up.
Yeah, I believe up next we have Penguin Eating Waffle, which is Waffles and Mr. Penguin. Which pretty good players there. And I do think they've played before. I feel like they've been on a team before. I'm not quite sure which team it was. But I think they have some chemistry. I feel like I've seen them around together in the league. So glad to see I'm excited to see their 2 skills.
For sure. And then the other team we're going to be looking at here is is Goldfish, which is Norman has 2 players I did not know played together or were a dynamic duo even. So both very powerful players. A couple people have hinted that they might be a little too high ranked. However, we look through it. I think they're good. We think they're good. We're gonna push through with the game. I don't think Penguin and Waffles are gonna. I don't think it's gonna be too uneven. I think both teams here have a chance.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mr. Penguin, for one. I don't know all that much about Waffles. I feel like I haven't gotten to see too many of his games, unfortunately. So I'm pretty hyped to see what he has to show off here. But also, Mr. Penguin, though, is a player that I have gotten to see a decent bit throughout the past couple seasons. And he's a player that has just been improving and improving. And I'm assuming is still improving. So I kind of want to see how that is going. And he's probably going to be getting pushed to his limit here tonight with Haz and Norm. That's a really strong team, I think. So I'd like to see
you
how
can
he
speak
can
on
defend against those.
You can speak on that yourself. You were on a team with Haz just earlier this season, actually.
Yeah, I was, and he was very good. He's very, very mechanical. Kind of a Jay Jr.-esque player, and a lot of his play style, I feel. Maybe a little bit more, like a little less air dribbly, and more focused on like weird hits, like weird like fakes and just weird touches on the ball that you never expect. That way, the enemy team gets thrown off, which works very well, especially when you're playing up against very good players, like he is tonight. So we'll see how they can maybe respond to any of those fakes that we might see come out.
It is going to be an interesting match to see, and this is probably gonna be an unpopular thing, but I'm gonna root for Penguin and Waffles to pull out here. 2 underdogs, not exactly as high ranked as Haz or Norm, but still joined up together and decided they were going to compete in this, which takes a lot knowing that you are at a lesser rank than other teams, not exactly a really low rank, but just below some of these other players. And so I'm just proud they showed up to play, and I hope they take a W.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is very cool. A lot of the teams in this tourney are very, very strong. But to be honest, I think at the end of the day, especially from what we've been seeing with some of these really competitive matches, even with these teams we thought might be a bit broken, that was very interesting.
What a touch by Waffles. Coming out of nowhere. He almost gets the shot too. Almost sneaks in the shot. Thanks for Penguin. Can't quite get the thing or the goal, but the shot is wide. None of these guys can seem to put the ball into the net. It's right there. It's so early in the game, and it's been just right there so many times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what is going on right now because it feels like everyone is just popping. Wow.
Mr. Penguin just gonna come in here and dunk on Norm. I think not at all how I was expecting that goal to pan out. All right, 1 minute in, Penguin and Waffles up 1.
Yeah. Waffles. I said I haven't seen too much of him. He is totally outperforming my expectations. He's doing really good. He's doing some like GC mechanical like aerials of plays here, consistently, multiple of them. And Mr. Penguin is rotating really well around him as well, right there to place that shot, and we saw.
Yeah, former Waffles being a former member of the Gold Diggers, but is going to just plop that one in mid sentence, throw me off, make me change subject. A nice touch. What a curve shot. Brings them back into this tie. 3 minutes 46 seconds left. Still anybody's game.
Yeah, really good center by Norm there. That is something from the games I have seen Norm play in the league. He's just a really good rotational player, and just like that, he's right there. You know, he's setting up centers, he's scoring. He's just always where you need him.
That was a great play. A goal left open, unfortunately, by the Penguin eating Waffles team. Maybe something they should look into is just keeping that defense rotation on lock. If it loosens up, I mean, it's over. This is twos, and it just seems to happen again. Norm taking advantage of it, walking that ball in, basically, just looking for the perfect opportunity. It's just a little bit of an unlucky start there. Nevertheless, though, just got to tighten up those defensive rotations, I think. And Mr. Penguin Penguin eating Waffles. Mr. Penguin and Waffles have a good shot at this.
Yeah, I mean, that was two pretty much. Uh-oh. What a save!
What a save! What a save!
And he gets it past Norm a bit.
He
Norm
looks for
is
maybe a
gonna-
challenge.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr.
Try to look for
Penguin.
a challenge. Penguin falling back, looking for the save. It's off. Waffles just can't quite get the touch. It's still in a dangerous spot. Norm puts it a little bit too high. Looks like he can't quite get the shot. Gets a triple touch on it. Somebody needs to act. Waffles decides it's probably good enough time to get this out of their net. Doesn't get the double touch off of the wall. Az is looking for the shot. He gets it. He's out of boost. Gets the flick anyway. I don't know what to say. I mean, amazing goal. I mean, it went from 1-0 to 1-4. That's 4 unresponded goals from Norm and Haz.
Yeah, I think Waffles may be trying to fake Haz out on that wall hit there. Choosing to go down and instead collect boost instead, and hoping Haz would just whiff.
What?
And Haz is doing some air
doing
dribbling,
something.
And then
What
it's
the?
working.
Haz just came to show off. What is this? Amazing air dribble here from Haz, and then just a lucky, maybe not even lucky, a planned bounce, calculated bounce over Penguin. Just gonna drop that straight into goal. I don't know. I got no words.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every player in this league might just be a twos player, because we are seeing like peak everybody tonight. I mean, even, you know, it's 5-1. Obviously, that's not where you want to be if you're Mr. Penguin or Waffles. Really close call there. But, like, they're still doing really well. Like, you cannot, you know, you cannot say that they've done bad tonight. They have absolutely been playing.
Yeah, no.
great.
Norm and Haz are a very difficult team to keep up with, I would have to imagine, and they are doing very well. Almost center there. Penguin just can't quite get the touch, but it did throw off Haz, made him miss the shot himself, giving them a little bit of an opening, or at least another goal not put onto them. Haz seems to have total control over this ball, though, and the boost on their side of the field. I have not seen a lot of boost action coming over from this team. In fact, Penguin looks like he might be empty right now. It seems like at this point, Norman Haz they're just going for random shots. It doesn't seem too calculated. Okay, a little bit of a mishap there, maybe from Norm. He's going to give Waffles and Penguin a second goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think Norm just saw Waffles was right there. He was passing back to himself. He knows if I don't hit this, Waffles is going to hit it in. So it's kind of, you know, just try and hit it against the wall, I guess. Pray it doesn't go in. But unfortunately for Norm, it does go in. And that is going to even it up a little bit. There's still 1:30 on the clock. It's a high-scoring game, so, you know, maybe we can see some really good plays from the team of Mr. Penguin and Waffles.
Yeah, nice bumps there on Mr. Penguin is going to halt any goal attempts. Norm looking empty, but he's still going to try to take the ball down the field. He looks for the big boost. He gets it. It's just Waffles he has to get over. He goes for the touch. Great save, though, by Waffles. Nice and patient, going to just keep the ball right in front of him. He gets bumped out of the way, though. Haz is going to take advantage of that. Mr. Penguin is awkward and backwards. In fact, Mr. Penguin is dead now. Waffles not back at goal. Hopefully, Mr. Penguin can get back in time, although it's going to be Waffles, actually, who pulls up to get the save.
Man, and Waffles and Mr. Penguin cannot get the break. It feels like Norm and Haz are just constantly doing something on offense. You know, they're always pressuring the ball. They're always finding these weird angles they can go in to just turn in on it, and it's clearly working very well.
Very difficult shots to read and try to block. They are doing a very good job, though. It was a good save there. But, I mean, with 30 seconds left, 3 goals, it is possible. It's heading that way. Mr. Penguin just can't quite get the touch. Norm regains control. Gets up 50, though. Has looking for the double. Just doesn't get it. Puts it mid. Waffles could get a shot here if he places it well. He just can't quite get it in, and Norm is taking it back to the corner.
Yep, which is not what you want to see. This is how
Oh,
many
wow.
of those
What
goals
a
have happened, and this is how
dribble.
another will.
What a dribble. Come on. 6 seconds left. You did not have to do all that on him.
Yeah, and Haz, I don't even know where he came from there, but somehow he was right next to the ball as well. It felt like he just kind of spawned in there.
I mean, both these teams, amazing performance here. I'm surprised just by looking at the stat sheet that the difference is this large. Waffles cracking 600 points while down 3 goals is, I mean, you can tell they're putting in a lot of work here to try to keep up. And unfortunately for them, they just couldn't quite make it. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. And we are going to be jumping into the next match here, which is Daddy Twisty Slurps versus Silky Smooth.
Ooh, okay. This is... Oh, so this is going to be our first match of round 2. And
Yep.
we've got Twisty Tripod. He's on the Spectres. Probably one of the best teams in the QLS right now, in my opinion. And in the stats opinion. So Twisty is a vital member of that team. Definitely a really strong player in his own right. Slurpy Snail, my captain. Really good just really good player all around. Really good rotations. If there's a shot opportunity, it's gonna go in the goal, or it's at least going to start going in the goal, and they're gonna have to try and save it. I'm really hyped to see Twisty and Slurpy and how they play together. I think these two players have the potential. I think they're a little slept on, but I think they have the potential to win it all.
Yep. And yeah, I'm actually even beyond that more interested to see Silky Smooth come back into this, because I mean, Lifeless Corpse just surprised me so much that first game. I want to see him do some more stuff now that we're into round 2, and this is going to be. I mean, I don't want to say like our first of the tough games, but I mean, we're getting into these difficult games. Everything here is from here on out is going to be hopefully just like really, really tight matches. I'm talking 1 goal differences down to the last second kind of matches. I mean, all of these teams that have joined are really tough and really high ranked.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I was very hyped to just see whoever Twisty and Slurpy were going to be up against here. And dude, I mean, after that, I feel like I've almost forgotten the game 1 performance, just of how great these other games have been. But I mean, that was crazy. That was a crazy game 1 performance by Lifeless Corpse and Silk Easy. Especially for their first, I believe their first QRLS event.
Yeah, first time on stream.
Yeah, so that'll be very interesting. And they're playing against Slurpy, definitely a veteran of the league. Has won before, 2nd place last season. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been around. And so we'll see if maybe the veteran aspects of Daddy Twisty Slurp can maybe overpower Silky Smooth's. I mean, just their dominance that we were seeing in the last game.
So if you have to make a call on this one, who do you think you're gonna pick?
Man, that's kind of tough. I mean, I think I gotta go with Daddy Twisty Slurp. I don't know if that's necessarily the right call because Silky Smooth just looked amazing. But you know, this was one of my personal favorite teams to watch. This is one of my personal favorite teams. I was very excited to see how they go, and I think they're gonna do really well. But to be honest, it could totally go either way. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting the performance.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Smooth.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. That's the call. Slurpy, Twisty, Tripod, whatever the team is called. They're the claim for the win. And, you know, hopefully Slurpy heard that. Slurpy, please play Jopapa every single time. Sorry, Jet, but gotta look out for Jopapa. Maybe don't play him every time, but get my boy out on the field.
Hey, real. I mean, that was really good right there. Slurpy just recognizing the slight misrotation on Silky Smooth's side. Something Slurpy's just so good at doing. And he just
that's his. Yeah, that's his playstyle. Is just wait for the opportunity and just boom it in. Just perfect accuracy. Just shot after shot. It's very reminiscent to me, at least, of like a Billy Bob kind of playstyle. Who was also in this tournament coming up in an upcoming match.
Yeah, I believe he is going to be in our next match. So we might be seeing a bit of a rivalry, but in twos instead of threes this time. See the three Rocketeers, Hammerheads.
What a
Fantastic
touch by Slurpy
rivalry.
style.
Slurpy wants to see it. He wants that.
He
match.
does want to see it. He is fighting for the rivalry matchup. And a nice touch here by Slurpy, just a simple shot, we're going to put it in. Lightbush just can't quite get back in time. Maybe not tight enough defense, or maybe it's just that Slurpy is just Slurpy, and what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, 4 minutes on the clock. Wow.
Well, what a touch by Sil coming out of kind of nowhere. I was not expecting that. Maybe he's trying to do a little bit of surprising us like Lifeless was doing the first game, because it definitely caught me off guard. Twisty with a good 50, almost could put it in. Slurpy looks for the shot just off of the post. You know he wanted that one. Get the hat trick for the night right off the bat. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to just keep fighting for it.
Wow. And a really good beat on just both players of Slurpy and Twisty's team. And yeah, he's just, he's not going to miss those. He just boom it right in, get the goal. It's 2-1. You're only one behind. It's, all come back, start with one goal. So we'll see what they can do with that.
Very close game. If we can see Lifeless do some stuff he was doing that first game, then it could be even closer. It looks like he's going for some kind of shot. Slurpy, great save. Just going to sit back on it. He even wins the 50 here on Silky. Silk's trying to look for a touch, keep it out of the goal. It's up. Twisty Tripod's ready. Puts it just a little bit too high. The goal is open. Lifeless Corpse does not look for a shot there. He's going up the wall. He's trying to get another air dribble play. But Slurpy knows better than that. He's just waiting on the backboard. Going to get the shot. Going to get the save. Can't seem to get it out of his defensive end, though.
Yeah, I like the sort of slower play a little bit. Not like slow play, but just like smart play we're seeing from Lifeless Corpse and Silky. Because they were, they did get those 2 goals pretty soon, within like a minute time, get scored on twice. And I think now they're making sure the rotations are really well. They're taking it slow, and they're just trusting that the goals will come. Trust your skill.
What a catch there by Lifeless Corpse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on the wrong side of his car, he can't really do too much with it. But if he can get a boom here, it's just Slurpy that's back. But Twisty Tripod gets the demo, puts any end to a goal attempt there. But Silk looks for the 50. He gets it. It's center. If Slurpy can't quite get the touch, then it's a goal. But he does. He gets a nice save there. A little bit of a double commit, it seems, from Lifeless. And Silky, and what a shot! Almost maybe blocked by Silky himself. Clearly an accident. Not sure if that Lifeless Corpse shot was going to go in, but a great shot nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't know, but that Silky shot was really close. And had that gone in, it probably would have been my shot of the night so far. That was a really nasty redirect.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a teamwork there too. He was up and ready already. But Twisty Tripod gonna come in and just steal the ball. I know, just mid pass, mid shot, just gonna walk in and steal it from everyone. Lifeless and Silk didn't even seem to see him. Snuck his way in there, boomed it in. 3-1, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and that's the game sense of Slurpee coming in there. You know, I feel like, 90% of players right there, they shoot the ball. They shoot the ball. It's an easy block, and that gets boomed back to their goal. Not Slurpee though. He recognizes, he trusts his teammate Twisty, and he's just gonna pass it up to him. Give Twisty a better shot.
What a flick by Lifeless Corpse. It's center. Silky looks for the shot. He gets it. But what a save by Twisty Tripod. Way to be there. Good touch as well. Gets it out of the danger zone. The danger box, as I like to call it. Gets the pinch off the wall. This might just go in. Could be a great play, but a good save there by Silky. Trying to keep his team alive. 1 minute left. They're definitely looking for these 2 goals. Definitely possible, but going to be a climb.
Yeah, I mean, 1 minute to go. It's doable. It is doable. It's definitely going to be hard.
Twisty Tripod is awkward. Oh, what a shot. He was looking a little bit awkward there. I thought that was going to be a goal, but way to correct himself and just booms it back. Takes advantage. Pulls like kind of a Slurpee maneuver here. Sees the goal is just wide open and just shoots it all the way from the backside of the field. Putting them up 3 goals with 45 seconds left. And unless these guys can pull out a goal every 15 seconds, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, and I'm definitely seeing why Twisty and Slurpee chose to team up for this event. Their playstyles really fit well together, and they're both of their defense is like unbelievably good. Because I feel like Lifeless Corpse and Silky's have put on a lot of really good shots, but it's just save after save.
They definitely have, and Silky's been doing a little bit more work, it seems, this match than he was the first game. Getting a lot of shots and saves and everything, and I feel like if they were going against any other team on this bracket, besides maybe a couple, then they could have come out with a win here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and we're seeing 5 saves for Slurpee Snail, 2 saves for Twisty right now, and I think Twisty had a few more hits that maybe the game didn't register as saves, but we're definitely gonna go in if he didn't hit them. So I mean, I think it was just the defense of Slurpee and Twisty's team there is just kind of unbeatable.
Yeah, for sure. The next game we are looking at here is going to be Bolton and the Thunderstorm team versus Crouton and GNFlix. Crouton and GNFlix versus Bolton and Dark Rain. So these are actually 4 Astro players going against each other right now.
Yeah, you kind of have former Astro that won Season 6, and then current Astro. So that's looking like they might take Season 7. I mean, they're definitely a top team right now. GNFlix, Crouton, Bolton, Dark Rain, and of course Bolton's on Astro, no matter what, he's the captain. But
right,
GNFlix and Crouton have been just tearing teams apart. In fact, I mean, they tore, as a member of the 3 Rocketeers who got swept by them, they have been tearing teams apart, and they are very good. They're
coming off
really
of
good, and they're playing well.
I mean, yeah, they won the championships last season. Everybody knows Astro is just a ridiculously strong team in this league, and if they're anything like they play in 3s, then I'm expecting these games to be really, really good, because all of these players are they have very similar playstyles. They're all very aggressive, very fast, methodical, and I feel like it's going to be just a complete chaos out there on the field.
Yeah, and I mean, so we saw GNFlix and Crouton. I thought they played phenomenally game 1. Like, to be honest, I think GNFlix and Crouton, that game we saw against Chorigo and Papa Chunky Puff, I feel like that could have been like a finals, like at least a semifinals game. Like, that's kind of crazy that we saw that in round 1 of here.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see how they can do here. But to be fair, Bolton and Dark Rain, honestly, all these players know each other pretty well, I believe. So it'll kind of be interesting to see maybe how that factors into the gameplay. Just the sort of knowledge. They all kind of, I think have learned a lot from each other, and maybe are going to know the type of plays they might be going for and play styles.
Yeah, it's going to be weird because, not only are they going to have good chemistry just together on the field, but they're going to, like you said, they're going to know what their opponents are going to go for. They know what kind of plays they look for. They know if they're more of a player to go for a dribble, if they're more of a player to go for a wall play. Hopefully, I'm thinking this might make it a super competitive, super tight game, neck and neck. I want to see an overtime in this one.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen an overtime yet? I don't think so.
Not as of now.
Yeah, we have not. We've seen some games that have been close to an overtime, and multiple games where a team only lost by 1 goal. So, yeah, I think we really could be seeing an overtime here. It's really hard to pick a team here. Who do you think is taking it?
I'm gonna give I have to give it to. I think I have to give it to Bolton and Van Dark Rain. I mean, Bolton is the captain. We've seen what he can do on the team. He's been on it for 3 seasons now. We know Dark Rain just runs so well with him. I think they ran for 2 seasons, if not 3, as teammates. GNFlix, kind of new to the QRLS, and that's not to discount him, but he just doesn't have as much veteran experience here as the other players. But he does have Crouton in this team, and they are a dynamic duo. I mean, that's the point here. Both these teams, dynamic duos, classics of the league. So it's like you said, very hard to pick a winner out of this.
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting that you picked them because I was actually gonna say GNFlix and Crouton. So I think people are a little divided. I'd like to see who's gonna take it here.
Yeah, I'm too. A little bit of a mistake here. Get off the field, meant to hit spectate. All right, starting off this game, Dark Rain looks for a shot early. Big save there by Crouton, though. Passes off to his teammate GNFlix, who is going to go for a little bit of an air dribble. We see him do this a lot. It seems to be kind of maybe his favorite kind of move to go for, or just one that is popular with him. Maybe he's good at it, prefers it over something else. Unsure, but I do see a lot of that from him. Dark Rain trying to figure out what to do with this ball with 7 boost. I can't really seem to make a play out of it. Bumped by Bolton, opens the shot, opens the goal up. GNFlix just walks it in. I mean, unfortunate play here by Bolton and Dark Rain. A little bit of miscommunication there, probably. Bolton was, I'm guessing, was thinking it was a pass, and just couldn't quite get to it.
Yeah, I think the play would have been really good had it been executed just slightly better. It was very close, but unfortunately, I think his teammate, not the ball. Not gonna work out. The pressure by, and there's the pressure. GNFlix gonna get a fantastic aerial, shoot it right on goal. With Crouton's help, setting it up.
I might have to call back what I was saying about Bolton and Dark Rain. I'm sorry, but I mean, GNFlix and Crouton, they came to show their captain. They're great players. I mean, with GNFlix going up for a huge air dribble. Almost gets a center. Crouton looking to beat Bolton. Can't quite get it, though. Bolton gets the boost. Looking for a play. Can't seem to make anything out of it. It's just hovering in front of net. Dark Rain could not get up quick enough. Not sure what the delay was. But going to lead to another goal here from GNFlix and Crouton. Up 3 in the first minute.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 minutes on the clock. I think if you're Bolton and Dark Rain here, I really think you need to slow the pace down. Because to be honest, I'm not sure there's a single duo in this league, besides a few, maybe Chuiga Papa Twinkmuff being one of them, as we saw in their prior game, that can match the speed of Crouton and GNFlix. So I think slow it down, get some good shots like that, good setups. Dark Rain, wow, what
a save!
How? How did GNFlix follow that and save it twice? That was unbelievable.
Dude is a brick wall.
Yeah.
Gets the flick out and everything. I'm not even sure what that Bolton and Dark Rain are supposed to do here. I mean, tighten up these rotations. When this gets centered, you got to put it in.
Wow.
And there he goes. He listened. Bolton, way to be there. Collects the shot perfectly off of Dark Rain. What a great center from Dark Rain himself. opens up a perfect goal opportunity, which they take advantage of. 2 down, 1-3 right now, 3 minutes left. Definitely a lot of chances to get back into this.
Yeah, and I'm really enjoying seeing the trust these players have in each other. It feels like they just know that their teammate is going to hit the ball, and they're going to hit the ball exactly the way, they should, right? Like Bolton, he went so far up, and that's the reason he was able to beat Crouton there after that center by Dark Rain. He just knew Dark Rain had it, and Dark Rain did have it, so it works out.
Crouton trying to turn this around, though. 2 minutes left. They want to get a couple more goals on their scoreboard to get them another gap to relax with. GMFlix gets a nice touch into the offensive end. Crouton going up for the center, gets an awkward little touch with the purse of his car, kind of just bumps it down, doesn't really do too much with it. Dark Ray going for a huge shot, almost gets it over GMFlix. That was looking like it might have been a goal. Bolton trying to turn it around. Dark Ray gets a pass back to him. Bolton moves in for the kill, looking for a pass, does not quite get it. Dark Ray cuts him off though. GMFlix is in an awkward situation, gets a nice touch, but just going straight to Crouton.
Yeah, and ooh,
Oh,
that's in. Wow.
okay.
Really good. Just recognition by Bolton. Seeing, I think, yeah, GMFlix is going for boost there. That was just really good game sense. And now they're only one behind. Plenty of time on the clock as well.
Yeah, 2 unanswered right now from Bolton and Dark Rain. It seems like maybe they just needed a minute to kind of get used to what they were looking at, kind of feel the game out, because that first minute was rough. They got scored on 3 times, almost 4. What a save by Bolton. Not even credited save via the game, but we have definitely counted. We saw it. Great shot there too, but a magnificent save.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing a lot of close calls on the side of GMFlix and Crouton. A lot of really good shots like that. But luckily,
yeah.
they're just getting saves. They're getting some really good saves, some really good plays. What a bump by GMFlix.
Yeah, I was about to say,
What?
yeah, nice bump. I don't even know how he saw him, just
Yeah.
curved over and just completely stopped that play. GMFlix is surprisingly good right now. He's doing a lot of stuff, especially, I mean, if he goes up on that wall, you got to be scared if you're in goal watching him come down, because, even Crouton is going for a flip reset here. He almost gets it straight into the corner, but GMFlix comes in to finish it off. I was on the edge of my seat for that flip reset. Who goes for shots like these when you're only up by 1?
But yeah, and Crouton just barely not able to get it in the corner, but there are 2 people on the side of GMFlix and Crouton, and so one of them will hit it in the corner.
Beautiful touch by Crouton. Yeah, a minute left. Back into the offensive end. Although Bolton's going to completely change that. The goal is open. He gets the pass. Dark Rain is ready. It doesn't quite go into center, though. Almost a perfect goal opportunity, and GMFlix turns this around. Is this going to be another goal? It is. That just has to be heartbreaking for Bolton and Dark Rain. So close to a goal opportunity there, and just just down the line boom from GMFlix. What are you going to do?
Yeah, really good try from Bolton actually getting there. I thought he might have had it at the end. He nearly did save that, which I thought there was no way that was even possible to save it.
There wasn't.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
don't think
it
there
went
was. I think he did everything he could. He did like 3 perfect speed flips, and it was nearly enough, but not quite.
Nice save by Bolton. Way to be up there that quick, although he's looking a little bit empty on Boost. Not sure what Dark Rain is looking like, but Dark Rain's out of the play, it seems, for a second. Gets a nice bump on GMFlix. Gives Bolton a little bit of room to go for a dribble. He goes for the flick. GN fell back, though. Was just waiting for the touch. Crouton gets a huge win up here. I don't know what GMFlix just did. It wasn't really an aerial. It wasn't really even a shot opportunity. But with 11 boost, he gets a full boost pad. He's looking for an offensive play. Maybe just going to try to sneak in one more goal. Tim versus Bolton, but Dark Rain just gets a slam on him like he did earlier. Doesn't want to make any more goals against them. But with 0 seconds left, it is not possible for Bolton and Dark Rain to win. Almost another shot there from Crouton. But the Smurfs are going to be coming out victorious.
Yeah, and that was a really good game, though. Again, I feel like we're seeing some of these games where the score lines are not that close. I mean, we're also seeing a lot of games where the score lines are close. But seriously, these are like that was a super competitive game. It was like, honestly, if there was just a couple saves, clutch saves that didn't happen on either end, clutch shots that didn't happen, really could have gone either way. But
It definitely
Superton are
could
gonna
have.
take it.
Yep. And we're going to be looking into our next match. We only have 2 more matches left before we hit the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. We are nearing the best of the games. Up next, we will be looking at Sons of Pitches, which is Jay Jr. and Scraps versus Super Bad Team, one of the bye teams, composed of Billy Bob, the captain of the Hammerheads, and one of his fellow members, Sea Strife, a long-term member of the Hammerheads over a couple seasons, kind of off and on. So definitely 2 players that have a lot of chemistry. I'm sure they're going to be working well.
Yeah, and that is a match that I am very hyped to watch. But right now, I do think we are going to be taking a short break. Be back in about a couple minutes. You know, anyone maybe grab some snacks, grab some drinks, whatever you got to do. And we'll see you here in a second.
Here on the ball, has free shot, but it's off the corner. Nightleaper with time, put the shot on net, and it's in. Tie game, 7 seconds left.
Dangerous shot off the top post. Catch by solving dangerous position. Jopapa, the rookie.
You have all of the Mustangs over there, dangerous to do, but they clearly felt okay about it. Crunch the socks. Oh my goodness!
Bumblebee now up in the air looking for the center, and instead puts it on net and it goes in!
I know a lot of teams can't even get that down to see both teams doing it here, but what a shot!
Jay now with aerial dominance. Here he goes. 1 touch, 2 touch. The reset! What a shot! And to Alex. Alex to the net. That one's in! What a shot!
What?
It's in! What the?
What a save! How in the world, Billy Bob?
Here on the ball, has free shot, but it's off the corner. Nightleaper with time, put the shot on net, and it's in. Tie game, 7 seconds left.
Dangerous shot off the top post. Catch by solving dangerous position. Jopapa, the rookie.
You have all of the Mustangs over there. Dangerous to do, but they clearly felt okay about it. Crunch the socks. Oh my goodness!
Bumblebee now up in the air looking for the center, and instead puts it on net and it goes in!
I know a lot of teams can't even get that down to see both teams doing it here, but what a shot.
Jay now with aerial dominance. Here he goes. One touch, two touch. Flip reset. What a shot! And to Alex. Alex to the net. That one's in. What a shot!
What?
It's in. What the?
What a save! How in the world, Billy Bob?
Here on the ball, has free shot, but it's off the corner. Nightleaper with time, put the shot on net and it's in. Tie game, 7 seconds left.
Dangerous shot off the top post! Catch based off a dangerous position! Jopapa, the rookie!
You have all of the Mustangs over there. Dangerous to do, but they clearly felt okay about it. Crunch the socks. Oh my goodness!
Bumblebee now up in the air looking for the center, and instead puts it on net and it goes in!
And we are back. Up next, we have the Sons of Pitches versus super bad team. That is Billy Bob and Sea Strife. Very strong team in my opinion. Both on the Hammerheads right now. Definitely a lot of chemistry going on there. Versus a team we have already seen in the first round, Scraps and Jay Jr. That is a team that is obviously good. We've seen them play before, and they won. And they won by decent margin, so I'm pretty hyped to see this.
Yeah, it seems like they were wasting no time either, already jumping on the field. Both these teams, you know, kind of hard to look at these and decide a winner, kind of like a lot of the past matches. We've seen Scraps and Jay already playing tonight, and how they're working together, and the answer to that is they're working really well together. But then again, Billy Bob and Sea Strife, very, very good chemistry between these two players. Billy Bob, a lot like Slurpy Snail, you know, just going to take methodical shots, boom them back in, great accuracy, perfect defender. And Sea Strife is just an overall great second player in this situation to go for more shots, defensive, just kind of infield play. I would not be disappointed with a Billy Bob Sea Strife win here.
Yeah, I do think Sea Stripe is kind of the perfect player to complement Billy Bob in this situation. You kind of have Billy Bob, who's known as one of the best defenders in the league, versus Sea Strife, a very mechanical, very shot-heavy player, but also just pretty smart, you know, which is kind of just what you need if you're Billy Bob.
Almost a goal there from Jay. Going for a little bit of dunk there. Billy Bob, nice save though, nice and patient like he is. This is how Billy Bob works. I've had the experience of playing with him on 2 separate occasions on the same team. One of those times with Jopapa actually. So, same team last season, Hammerheads. That shot almost just went straight in, and that would have been kind of weird because it would have been no goal.
Yeah, and is that on? Okay.
Oh, but that is Billy Bob could not get to it quick enough. He watched it go in. Not really sure why he didn't jump. I guess he was trying to get he's still trying to get the perfect angle to get it out, but he could have just moved a little bit quicker. Could have dodged that goal, but Jay saw the opportunity, went for the slam, puts him up 1. Billy Bob wins the kickoff though. Pretty much wins the 50. Sea-Strife is not there, though, to push it. He's going to go out to Scraps. Scraps looks for a redirect, and he gets it. Sea-Strife, what a save. What amazing save. Cutting across the wall, across the whole net to get that. That was a hard shot to read as well. Scraps coming in with a redirect. Very hard to kind of look at that ball and try to decide where it's going to go in the net. Jay Jr. looks for the double touch. He gets it. Just shoots it in straight over Billy Bob's head. Amazing pass here from Scraps, and just another amazing shot from Jay Jr., putting them up 2-0, 2 minutes into this.
Yeah, a really good double tap there by Jay. And placed right, you know. Billy Bob, one of the best defenders in the league, but how do you defend against that? I mean, that's perfectly placed. It's a double tap. How do you read it? You can't.
Sea-Strife looks for a nice shot. He sets himself up for a double touch. However, Scraps beats him to it. He was ready for it. Jay's trying to pull some mechanical, but a little bit of a double commit there throws him off. Maybe a little bit of a team bump. Jay looks in for the shot. Sea-Strife doesn't go for the flick. He opts to just keep it on top of his ball, and it actually works. He wins the 50. It's just sitting in front of their net, but a pinch from Jay Jr. and Scraps almost turns itself into a goal. But that's why Billy Bob is here. Keep his goal, his net safe. Oh, what is going on? Almost a goal, a double save, and then it goes in anyway. I don't even know what just happened.
Yeah, dude, Jay is popping off right now, which, to be fair, when is he not? He definitely was the last game he played. But, I mean, honestly, it's very impressive, a hat trick on Jay against Billy Bob. And the game's not even, well, the game is a little above halfway over.
Yeah, Jay doing a lot of work. A lot of what we were seeing earlier in his first match, too. He looks for the air dribble, just, what? Yeah, man, like, what are you even meant to do about this? Ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a look at this, the beauty of this. Just the absolute artisan Jay Jr. is pulling out a shot like that on Billy Bob. I mean, 4-0 with 2 minutes left. It's not looking good for Billy Bob and Sea-Strife.
Yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, it definitely is not. Although, maybe a goal opportunity here. Yeah.
A goal opportunity for sure. What a pass.
Yeah, okay. I mean, 2 minutes on the clock. It's not the worst. We have seen some pretty big comebacks mounted by teams so far. Although I don't think any of them have actually worked out. I think they've kind of gotten close and then lost at the end. But perhaps Billy Bob and Sea-Strife will change that.
Billy Bob trying to drag Jay Jr. out of the ball. It does work. Scraps is a little bit too scared to push up to take the shot. He tries to get a turnaround, though. Sea-Strife rushes in, gets the boom. He realizes they have a shot now. They have a goal. Scraps tries to look for the save. Can't quite get it. Billy Bob gets a touch, though. It's just sitting there. Nobody moves in. Sea-Strife just couldn't quite get there in time. Billy Bob trying to curve it around. Sea-Strife does not go for the challenge. Tries to meet it mid-air. Very interesting decision there. Scraps gets the pinch off the wall. Kind of an interesting little double touch. It is center, though. Anybody can take the shot, and he does. Nobody was back, putting them up 4 again, right back to where we started. Has to be, a little bit soul crushing there on Billy Bob, but I mean, it is Billy Bob and it is Sea-Strife. They are resilient. They are probably just as hyped as they were when they walked into this, and I'm hoping to see at least a couple more goals, if not a win pull out from them.
Yeah,
what a touch!
Yeah, dude, we're seeing some wacky touches in some of these games, and this game especially. Yeah. Like, how did Jay get that much power on a backflip? Standing still.
That's the most powerful bicycle shot I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
It's only something.
good.
It's
Close.
the secrets of Rocket League only known by Jay Jr. But Billy Bob looks for a shot here. Actually gets the touch around Scraps. It's just Jay Jr. But Jay Jr. is there. He does get the save. C-Stripe looks for the shot. That might just be in. It's a little bit wide. Scraps goes for the dribble. Tries to take it up the wall. He's going to look for the shot. But Billy Bob just steals it from him right out of the air. It doesn't bounce in, though. Very unlucky for Billy Bob. He gets the center, but Scraps, with a beautiful mind, just reads the incoming player and just demos him before the goal can even happen.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, okay, well, Scraps is threading the needle. He just, yeah, I mean, that was good. Recognized C-Stripe didn't quite have that hit. Take the goal. But what I was going to say before that was, it kind of looks like this past the minute, 2 minutes of the game, Billy Bob and C-Stripe have really been coming together as a team. They put a lot of really close shots on. That I'm like, honestly, if they'd been playing this way the entire time, maybe we could be seeing a different winner out of this game.
Oh,
There you go.
C-Stripe gonna sneak in a little bit of a little goal there at the end. Beautiful tap though, nonetheless. Not really gonna help them standing wise, but very good turnaround. Fooled Scraps even and Jay Jr. So gotta give him credit for that. And with that, Sons of Pitches does win this match. Moving on to the next one. The next matchup we are looking at here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Goldfish versus Pink Crocs. That is Norm and Haz going against ZDL Pinky and Crocs with Socks, the last bye team.
Ooh, I mean, this is gonna be a hype match. So this will be our first time seeing Pinky and Crocs play. Obviously not in QRLS, of course. Both have done a lot of big things in QRLS seasons, but it will be our first time seeing them play tonight. And Crocs with Socks and ZDL Pinky have played a lot together. They've been on teams together, and so I think this will be a strong team. I think they're gonna have some good chemistry.
I think they are too. I mean, they, like you said, they have been on a team together for a while, being the Cyclones. I think this is their second season together. Definitely what I would call a dynamic duo of the league for sure. I have no doubt that they'll be able to have a great game here. The question is whether or not they'll be able to pull off a win over Norm or Haz.
Yeah, I mean, well, last time we saw Norman Haz play, they were playing extremely good. Very, very good. Because Penguin and Waffles, honestly, were playing super well. And yet Norman Haz, to be honest, they were just like, it kind of just felt like they were just air dribbling like every 2 seconds straight at the goal. And then also just constant offense. Constantly one of them's on the ball. Which, surprisingly enough, also their rotates were still good, even with the constant offense. Which is not something many can do. So, very impressive team play by those two.
Yeah, it'd be absolute madness if they went against GM Flicks and Crouton because, I mean, the amount of air dribbles going on. I don't know if the ball would ever even touch the ground. It would be a complete dogfight.
Yeah.
It'd be a very interesting match to see.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. Actually, now I want to see that match happen. Because I'd like to see the sort of mind games maybe would go into it. Perhaps ground play that some of them would do. Since they're also good in the air, maybe you should run the ground, throw them off.
Right. I mean, hopefully they would be able to catch some of those too, unless they focused all of their efforts into air dribbles, which I would not be surprised because this GM Flicks seems to be ridiculously good at them. But nevertheless, let's get back to the game at hand, where it seems like all players are on the field just waiting to join. They have the go-ahead to do that whenever they want. Goldfish versus Pink Crocs. I mean, once again, Jopapa, what's the pick?
I I think I'm gonna go with Goldfish here. I think we've seen them play before, and they just played phenomenally. I think the arrows are just so good. Their offense is just so good. I think if Pinky and Cross the Socks can lock down on defense though this game, it's definitely winnable. Maybe try and find the 1 or 2 spots where Norm or Has actually mess up on the rotations. Maybe a little double commit or something. Get a boom. I think that's how Cross the Socks and Pinky are gonna have to try and take this one.
And Pinky is very good at taking opportunities out of awkward situations. Just played against him last week, actually, in a league match. My team went against him. Always a very tough team to go against, especially when Pinky's on it. He is just very difficult to work around. So is Croc Socks. I always seem to find myself underestimating him. But it looks like just a little bit of a miss is going to give Norm just the perfect opportunity to just keep that ball going straight. It's just going to walk itself in. Beautiful Dutch though by Norm. A little bit of a turtle hit. I mean, I don't know what to say. Great shot. Minute in. 1-0. Norman has.
Yeah, and you know that may be a bit of a precursor as to what's to come. Although Cruxer sucks, big demo. Pinky kind of has a bit of an opportunity here.
Cruxer looks for a shot. He gets the pass to Pinky. What a turnaround! No. Oh my god!
So
Just off. That would have been such an amazing shot. If that did go in, I feel so bad for Pinky that didn't work out.
That was so good. Even though, okay, wait, maybe we're seeing a little bit of a strat here from Croxer Socks and Pinky demos.
Pinky, no, he lost the dribble and it just straight in. Just one little miss up, and Norm takes complete advantage of it. But that's how twos is. It's so much like ones. If you're out of position whatsoever and your rotates, just that one mess up can lead to a goal. And that's one of the more difficult things about it. And that's one of the reasons I like 2 so much, especially in a QRLS world where 3s seem to be everyone's go-to. I like to get out here in 2s matchups and just see the plays be a little bit more riskier, players a little bit more hesitant. I think it makes all the games that much more tense.
Yeah, and we're already seeing Norm with a little trade back there, demoing Crutch's Socks, a taste of his own medicine. But we are already seeing a lot of mechanical play attempts by Norm and Has.
Pinky just
Norm doesn't even
can't quite get the touch. Norm just walked. I gotta accept using that term. Norm he just sneaks in. He just crawls up on that corner, gets that angled shot, shoots it, perfect ground ball. No one's there to save it. A little bit of a slip up there. The defensive rotates of Crocker Sock and Theo Pinky. Another thing that just could be tight end. Zero Pinky back again, looking for a defensive shot. Gets it. Nice save there by Pinky. Tries to take it up the wall. Might look for a pass here to his teammate. Might be a good idea, which he does. Gives it to Crocker Socks, who's got to get a touch here. He does get it. It's going center. Zero Pinky's ready for it. He gets a ground ball shot straight into the back corner. Amazing play here from Crocker Socks and Pinky. I mean, this just goes to show the kind of chemistry these guys are working with. That was like 3 consecutive passes in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that is something I'll say about Pinky. I think Pinky plays like he's twice as good on the field. He plays so much better with someone that he's played a lot with. Like when you see him play with like Toaster or like Mr. Rebel, someone like that, dude, they're passing back and forth. They're going crazy. And it's the same thing with Crutch's Socks. We've mentioned the chemistry before. So the passes kind of, coming in clutch.
I think that's a good point. I think he's definitely a very, I guess you'd call it team-oriented player. A lot of passing plays, not really looking for solo shots and all that kind of stuff. Definitely looking more out for his team, trying to get shots working. But Norm just going for that exact same shot he went for last time, and they still didn't expect it. He's in the same spot. I mean, like, come on, guys. Just threads the needle. Just shoots it right between them. A super fast ball. Too quick for Crocs to get up. Great goal. He's going to put him 3 goals up with 2 minutes left. This game is going ridiculously slow. I was expecting there to be like 20 seconds left. With 2 minutes left, I mean, it's definitely still anybody's game.
Yeah, I do feel like Norm has hit that shot like 4 times this game. Which he does have 4 goals. Very impressive stat, by the way. But
Give him the hat trick.
He's a really interesting. I haven't seen that much of his playstyle and stuff before him. Too much of his gameplay. He's Man.
touch?
What a save.
Oh,
That was
what a
so good.
save! How do you even get up to that? That was basically all the way tucked inside the net, but
Yeah.
that's just another example of Norm's abilities. I mean, great shot.
Yeah, and speaking of Norm's abilities, I do think his playstyle is super interesting because he does these things where he's just like air dribbling and super mechanical plays, passes like that. Fantastic pass to has. But then he also sometimes is just doing these like really basic round hits. So it kind of is like you just never know what he's gonna do, and it's working really well in the past 2 games.
He's just one of those rare, like, all-around players. Not really too over the top in one, kind of evenly rounded.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Has though taking up the wall, pretty scary. Although Kryptos sucks beating him. Good on him.
Norm looks for the touch. He looks for the follow though. Stays on the wall. Gets it. It's just straight in the goal. I mean,
Yeah.
I called that the second. You could see the second that left the wall that was going in. Great follow. Puts himself directly next to it on the wall. I mean, Scraps just could not get it. It was not. It didn't matter how fast he went up. Norm was beating him, and Norm is moving great. He's moving so fast. He's definitely having a really good night out here tonight in this tournament. Definitely showing off. Maybe for next season, if Maswin does decide to keep him, I don't know why he wouldn't. He's playing amazing. So.
Yeah, I mean, man, Norm especially just this game. He's been just absolutely fantastic. See, and like
Another
a good
save there by Norm.
There.
Yeah. Great touch by Haz. Puts it back up. 30 seconds left. Not too much they can do, but Norm just gets another boom down into the net, giving him his 6th goal of just this game. What is he? He's broke 1,000. He is on 1,106 points right now. 6 goals, 10 shots, 1 save, 1 assist. He is just on a roll right now, and nobody can seem to stop him.
Yeah, and it seems like we have gone somewhere. And if there's not another goal in the next 20 seconds, looks like we might stay there.
Everyone, pack your bag because it looks like we are heading to Brazil. Our second one of the night, I believe, and Norm is just gonna ruin that for us. Coming in for another goal. He does not want it. He wants the 7th. I mean, he's made it his own team scoreboard of Brazil, giving him 7 goals. Has 1. We'll count it anyway, because we really want that Brazil here. I don't. Norm is just going crazy right now. He's popping off for sure. I don't know who on this roster is going to even be able to stop him in these upcoming matches.
Yeah, no, honestly, this is like, I mean, Norm is just coming out with an unbelievable performance right now. That was actually just crazy.
That was amazing. I might just have to place them as maybe my pick to win it all.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they'd be a really strong team for sure. I've played a lot with Taz obviously before. I just know how good of a teammate of a player he is. And then on top of that, you've got Norm, who I didn't know much about, although now I am a fan, and now I definitely see why the Spectres are doing so good right now.
Yeah, for sure. And with that, we are moving on to our first game of the semifinals. That means we are moving to a best of 5. That's right, major jump here, ladies and gentlemen, from a best of 1 to a best of 5. So definitely going to be a little bit more on the edge of your seat here. Much more matches to look forward to. Still got quite a long night ahead of us, but make sure you stick around because it's those final games that we're here to see. Those are going to be the ones to look forward to.
Yeah, and best of 1s, they're fun. They let you get a good taste of all the teams. With so many teams in the on the field, how could you possibly do best of 3s, best of 5s for all of them? But yeah, so now this is where things are going to get really interesting. And I think we've kind of sorted out some super strong teams here. To be honest, I'm like, any of the teams that are still in the tournament right now totally could win it. And all of them are fantastic. Like, they're all doing so good. And it's kind of crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, our top 4 finalists right now at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, Daddy Twisty Slurps, Sons of Pitches, the Smurfs, and Goldfish. We're looking at Sons of Pitches versus Daddy Twisty Slurps coming up into this next game, our first semifinal, first best of 5, and that team is going to be Twisty Tripod and Slurpy Snail versus Scraps and Jay Jr. This is going to be a very difficult call, maybe the hardest one of the night so far, because both these teams kind of killed it their first game. If Scraps and Jay can keep doing what they were doing, I really don't see how they can't win. But then again, you got Slurpy's defense and Twisty Tripod's offense. It's a very tough call here.
That it is. I mean, man, like honestly, all these teams are so good. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who to like call, like who's gonna win. It's just like, dude, like after how good Norm played that game, I'm like that team seems even crazier than I thought they'd be. But then on top of that, like Jay and Scraps have just been doing super consistently great. We saw Slurpy and Twisty play against Lifeless Corpse and Silk, by the way. Beat them 4-1. Keep in mind, the team that scored, what, 7, 8 goals in their first
like
game?
7.
Yeah. Only gets 1 against that? That is some crazy defense on their end. Which could come in clutch against these super mechanical scoring players.
Unfortunately, it would also seem that because Scraps and Jay Jr. beat Billy Bob and Sea Strife, we will not be getting to see the Slurpy Snail versus Billy Bob matchup, at least not tonight. But I'm sure we will be able to see it a lot more in the upcoming weeks of the QRLS season. But nevertheless, looking to get this next.
I believe next week, as a 3 Rocketeer, I do believe next week we are playing the Hammerheads. So if you want to see some Slurpy vs. Billy action, it'll be here. It'll be here. Soon. Very soon.
Just looking to get the server set up now and teams on the field. Get these new best of 5s started. Best of 5 meaning whoever wins 3 out of the 5 games first does take the win and move on. 4 teams left, which I think totals out to like 3 games from now on, I think. Yes. Okay.
I think we'll have this team. Winner of this will go into the finals. Of course, it's a best of 5, so you got to win 3 games, and then after you do that, then you're on to the finals, and then you will play either. Who is left?
Goldfish and Smurfs.
Yep, Goldfish and Smurfs. Man, dude, this bracket's crazy. All those teams are so good.
That's going to be a match. That's going to be
me and you in this tournament right now. I've definitely had the experience of playing against those kind of teams with the Jopapa Nightleaper duo.
Very first.
I do not think it would be a very competitive game.
Very first game ever played in the QRLS was a duos tournament. Baby Dumb's Dunk House. Quite the callback. Me and Jopapa went against the Jet and Bearded. Did not know it was a hoops game until we got there, and sad to say we did lose that one.
Yeah,
but we had done.
We had never played hoops before that. We just thought it was a 2s tournament at first, and then I think like 2 hours before the tournament, I'd messaged him and was like, "Hey, wait a minute, is this a hoops tourney?" He's like, "Yeah." So then we played like 3 games of hoops and won in the tourney.
Yep,
we did not win. Not surprising.
No. The Jet and Bearded had us beat on that one. Truly a tragic loss, but many games and tournaments played since then. Like the 2s tournament, the Tuesday tournament, and many others. I don't know. I like 2s tournaments. I like to set them up. The Christmas one was a great example of that. This one as well. So hopefully there's more of these to come in the future.
Oh yeah. Christmas 2's tourney, very fun event. I had a good time in it. And yeah, I do think more events maybe in the future here. and they've
like
Scraps and Jay seem to have summoned Nightleaper to the field, actually. And I believe we can now get going into our first semifinals match.
Yes, we can, and the teams have hit the field. It is going to be quite a series we're looking at here. Scraps and I believe Slurpy Snail looking at the kickoff. The 2 captains on the field here. Slurpy gets the win. Jay Jr. is going to try to cut him off. Slurpee goes for the boost though, gives Jay room to move with the ball. Might have been a mistake. Jay gets the center. Scraps is not there, however, to take opportunity, but Slurpee gets it. Boom. It's headed downfield. This game is already turning out to be much faster paced. I saw Jay run in there to try to demo, I believe it was Slurpee Snail, get him off the play. Just couldn't quite get the touch though. Jay's looking for a double touch, can't quite get it. Twisty Tripod wins the 50, loses the ball though. Big bounce back. Scraps is going to take control, walk it all the way down to the other side of the field, but a huge boom from Slurpee's. Slurpee is going to move that back into the corner.
Yeah, and Jay on the wall. Actually going to take it slow. Not quite going to work out. Twisty with the... Well, I guess it does work out. Scraps got it. And now,
Nice.
2v1 here. Really good on Twisty there. That's a really hard situation to be in, the 2v1 with Scraps and Jay. But he does get the save. Uh-oh,
Yeah, they both moved into it. They both seem to be moving in on it, trying to confuse Twisty on who's actually going to take the shot, but he is playing it very well. Won both of those. Slurpee's going to try to look for an opportunity here. Scraps is awkward. He's backwards. Slurpee seems to have full control. He gets a touch.
Nice. That was good.
Curves it straight into goal. What a play here by Slurpee now. I mean, I wouldn't expect any less, though. Great control. Just going to fucking take it in. My bad. But just going to take it in. Right past Scraps and Jay. But with 3 minutes left, they have all the room they need to get back into this.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
We're seeing
Twisty
like a
looking.
really different play style from Twisty and Slurpee this game. They feel a lot more aggressive, and it's really working. 2 goals.
It is, and that just goes to show that, you know, they are a volatile team. They're able to change up their play styles. They're not like cemented into one, which is something you kind of need in twos, because I think twos is like the broadest range of play styles you will ever see in Rocket League. You could go against like the most aggressive team ever, and in the next minute you're going against a team that like barely moves, and they will still smoke you. So being able to be volatile in a twos mode is like a super key factor. Being able to read your opponent and just change up that play style. They're doing a very good job of it right now. Definitely picked up the pace a lot to keep up with Jay Jr. and Scraps here, and they are, you know, it is proving that it's working, because they are 1 goal up right now with 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and really close. Good pass by Slurpee to Twisty. We're seeing a lot of good passes from both teams, to be fair. Man, Twisty is... I don't think I've seen him lose a 50 this game. And they're all at really clutch spots. I mean, he's won multiple 50s with his goal right behind him. You know, clutch saves, and he's just beating him on offense consistently. So that's
Good touch.
really impressive.
Twisty looks for the double. Just can't quite get it though. Jay's going to look for a play. Twisty gets the bump on him though. Not sure how much it did. Slurpee wins the 50. Gets another touch off of Scraps. Gets it all the way down the end of the field. If he can get another touch, it might just go center. It doesn't even need to go center. Twisty looks for the shot. Just quite can't get it. Slurpee just barely misses. It's so close. 3 shots, I believe, right there. Just none of them could find their way in. Very unfortunate here for Slurpee and Twisty. I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted any of those. Not that they need them. They are still up 1, although their goal is looking a little bit risky right now. Very awkward situation, but Twisty is not going to let that hurt him or break his spirit. And he just a perfect pass out to Slurpee, who's just shooting it straight into net. Just, I mean, quick as you like. This is just a prime example of the team chemistry right here.
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of weird. It almost feels like Slurpee and Twisty have like switch their bodies, because Twisty is playing like oh man, but Twisty's playing like Slurpee. Slurpee's playing like Twisty a little bit. Although that it's a bit unfortunate. I see what Twisty was going for a little bit. I think the idea was Jay hits it into him and then it goes flying back towards his own goal, basically. But Jay probably saw it coming maybe a little bit, and he's not going to fall to it. Although, big opportunity,
he's gonna
maybe good save. But
wow, good save. Yeah, if Twisty had any boost, that would have been that would have gone a little bit different for them. But Slurpee just bangs it right back on center. Scraps gets a beautiful touch. Twisty hits it too hard. It's just not finding its way in. Slurpee shoots it wide. No, they can't keep doing this to me. This is the second time they've missed like 3 shots in a row. I don't know if I can take it.
Really, really good pass too, by Twisty out to Slurpee. Man, that was some really good opportunities.
What a shot! What, I didn't even know. A perfect aim from Slurpee here to land right on the ball as it lands. Just gets a perfect bounce over Scraps, just clears the top of his card, gives him that haircut as it goes in. I don't know how Scraps could even predicted that. It was a perfect catch and bounce from Slurpee right there.
Yeah, Slurpee seems to really have. He seems to really know what's going on with Scraps and Jay when it comes to the offense. He is just fine. He's just threading the needle on shots to like the weirdest parts of the goal where they're just not quite able to defend, and it's working. He's just getting goal after goal, and Twisty is repeatedly winning 2v1s on your back line, which is allowing Slurpee to do that. So I'm really liking the way they're playing right now.
Scraps is looking to make any kind of offensive play here with a minute left, although he just can't seem to make one. Slurpee and Twisty have just made a brick wall of a defense, just cannot be penetrated. Scraps looks for a dribble, is trying to work his way around the ball. Slurpee does not want him to have any time with it, booms it away. Twisty's going to try to keep this up in the offensive end. Jay Jr. Olo beats him. It's straight down to Slurpee, though. Great pass from Jay Jr. Sorry, Jay Jr. But great pass to Slurpee Snail. Just going to lead to another goal. And they're up 3 with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, I see Jay, he's kind of has a bit of a dilemma there. It's either you don't hit it out to Slurpee and Twisty's going to score on you, or you hit it out to Slurpee and Slurpee's going to score on you. So I think Scraps has no boost. It looks like he was going for boost, so not really a whole lot they can do there, I guess. But keep in mind, it's a best of 5. So while this game, not looking great for Jay and Scraps right now.
What a pass!
They're definitely adapting. Wow.
What a pass. Almost a goal there. Maybe trying to put a little bit more teamwork here. It seems like they've been kind of just driving around, not trying to coordinate too much stuff for the most of this game. A little bit of teamwork, though, starting to shine its way through it here at the end. Goal from Scraps coming off a nice pass there from Jay Jr. I believe if they can maybe round out those kind of team plays instead of trying to go like solo, which I know is something that Jay is kind of prone to do. He is very good once he switches over to like more of a team sense. I think if he can do that, they can definitely take at least 1 to 2 to 3 games here.
Yeah, I do agree. And we've been seeing a lot of Jay Scraps team plays throughout their prior games, and even in this game. But it kind of feels like every time they're trying to set up these. Wow, another goal.
See, there we go.
Momentum.
Another
of course, it
setup.
doesn't matter this game, but they've got the momentum now.
Quite a good comeback, though. Great pass there from Jay Jr. to Scraps, who's ready. It seems like their comms may have picked up their rotations. They're definitely looking a little bit better here at the end. I think they were just down enough that they said, yeah, whatever. We're down. We're losing this one. Might as well just start to work on next game's rotations. And that's kind of exactly what they did. So, I mean, with that being said, if they round these out, can they beat Slurpee Sound Twisty Tripod?
I mean, for sure. I think they're for sure a really strong team. That was 2 goals in like 30 seconds-ish, something like that, which is obviously a lot of goals to get in 30 seconds, especially at the end of a game where both of you kind of know what you're doing. Both teams have already filled each other out a bit. So that means I think Scraps and Jay are kind of adapting to Twisty and Slurpee's style of play that they've been doing so far, which is not something that you want to happen for Twisty and Slurpee.
A big kickoff here for Slurpee and Twisty. It seems like a little bit of a double commit there. Maybe miscommunication is going to lead them in a kind of a silly situation here. But Twisty Tripod gets a good collect. Is empty on boost, though. Jay makes sure to take advantage of that. Slurpee gets it up. Twisty is full on boost. However, there's no pass from Slurpee in sight. Maybe a mistake. Twisty was ready for a shot there. Slurpee decided to go for the solo play and said, what was that? Jay Jr. pulled out the brakes. Just stopped the ball completely. Faked out Slurpee and Twisty. What? Great touch by Jay Jr. I don't even know how you think to do something like that. But it worked, and if he can just pull out a couple more of those, he only has to fight 4.5 more minutes, and then they can take another round.
But yeah, that fake went crazy. Uh-oh, a little miss by Slurpee. Scraps is there. He's just gonna flick it over him. He's chilling. Play it slow, play it smart, don't get gold. Jay's getting some good 50s right now, I'm noticing. That's like the 3rd time he's gotten a good 50 beat on Slurpee this game, which is kind of the opposite of what we saw last game. So it's looking pretty good for Jay and Scraps, I'd say.
What I'm seeing a lot is Slurpee's putting Jay and Scraps kind of in situations where they have to go for like risky but like really vital 50s, where he's just gonna kind of run up on goal with a dribble, force whoever's the last man to come out, and it is so vital that they win that 50, or else it's just gonna go straight in, or at least go in a position where it can be shot in. He's forcing them to come out into a really risky position, and if they lose it, then it's over, and it is just a tough situation to try to win. And he keeps putting them through it. And I think that's a lot of the reasons why they just keep scoring, and maybe not this game, but at least games prior, is just the pressure and stress that they're putting on that Scraps and Jay's rotations.
Yeah, and I think maybe the last 30 seconds of that game, Jay kind of realized, well, not
That was
quite.
a great shot from
But I
Slurpee.
do think Jay has maybe realized that he just needs to challenge it, and he just needs to trust in his ability and try and take the 50. And it's working. You know, he's gotten a goal. He's getting a lot of good beats.
Demo.
What?
I don't know how Twisty got demoed, but Jay's looking for another demo. Can't quite get it though. Almost puts it center for for Twisty. Slurpee regain controls, waiting for Scraps to make any kind of move. Try to put him out of position. Jay sneaks in though. Gets a boom, goes for the follow, doesn't get it. It's out to Scraps. He decides to take it slow. He's going for a double touch, waiting for it to fall. Tries to get a little ground ball action there. Slurpee reads it, gets control, trying to run it back. Both of them are dead. It's just Scraps. Scraps versus Twisty. Twisty was awkward from the double demo. Scrap with a nice double touch off the wall, kind of threw off Slurpee, I'm guessing. Twisty looking for the demo on Scraps, though. Might take him out of the play. Slurpee versus Jay, 1v1. He gets the center, but just can't quite get the shot.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened in the past 30 seconds. For some reason, I think maybe some like flashing text showed up on everybody's screen saying just demo, because we saw about 10 demos in 30 seconds. But surprisingly enough, everyone was still rotating well, which I guess just shows how good these teams are at rotating and just game sense in general from all four players.
Ability to recover. Wow.
Really good.
I-
And we've seen Jay do it 30 times tonight. He does it again. Fantastic.
I think I saw a midair tackle as well. Yeah, he goes for Twisty, takes him out before he can get the save. What a goal!
Yeah,
I mean,
didn't
just
notice
like you said, great game sense, positioning, and just putting himself right in the way of the save.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of bumps, which, okay, I mean, that's just clean by Twisty Tripod. Yeah, I mean, that's just good.
Clean shot, yeah, making
And
sure
yeah,
it's
good
out of reach.
start by Slurpee. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Twitch
good.
Tripod.
I'm not gonna lie, this
One
game
goal
kind
to
of
go.
feels like I'm watching like an RLCS game in some ways, you know? Where like, it feels like, especially with the demos, with the adapting to the demos, you know, when you watch RLCS, stuff like that, these players were just so good at understanding the game. One of the best ways and only ways to score on them is to just knock them off the field.
Set it back dangerous.
And that's what we're seeing a lot of attempts here.
I would have to agree. There's definitely maybe the best game we've seen, at least back and forth wise, this night so far. I like these two teams a lot and how they're playing against each other and the adaptation, like you're saying. It's kind of weird to see that, you know, last game Slurpee and wow, completely blanking on me. Slurpee and Twisty Tripod. Yeah, there we go. I did not forget that. Yes, Slurpee and Twisty Tripod had like such a lead on Jay Jr. and Scraps, and now they're down 2. Which just shows that, you know, these teams are going to kind of bounce around like play styles until they figure out a good one for them. And once one team figures out a good play style, the other one's just going to adapt to it, and then they're going to have to turn around and adapt to that. So it's just like a kind of ever-changing board of how to play this series.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still winnable. It's gonna be tough, especially I think again just with how I feel like these teams are having to work so hard to get a goal in. It kind of feels like you gotta get a demo, you gotta get some just really clutch like 50 or something to beat these people here. It's another demo. Is it?
What?
Hey, I don't know how he scored that. But he did.
Jay scoring his own pass to himself right off the demo. And these ones always amazing where you can get off the wall and then move back in for your own shot. Not a maneuver I will be attempting in the near future.
Yeah,
But
I somewhat attempted it in training, and I have no idea what is even like the setup in theory. So good on him, I suppose. Something that I cannot even attempt to do.
Props to Jay for pulling that one out. Jay going up for a boom. Gonna try to get the follow. Slurpee doesn't actually get the touch either. Neither of them do. Twisty Tripod's in a situation where he has to get a save here, or else the net is open. Scraps looks for the touch. Twisty Tripod, a very interesting turnaround. I did not think he'd get to that in time. Jay's just putting it down. He's just trying to waste time, get the ball on the ground, move to the next round. And just like that, it's a tied match, 1-1. 2 games in out of the best of 5, 3 games left. A winner has not been decided, and they still have 2 games to win, whoever the winner will end up being.
Yeah, and I mean, so clearly we saw the momentum kind of swing into Jay and Scraps' favor at the end of game 1, and I mean, clearly it stayed there, 4-1, pretty decisive win, I'd say. I mean, I still like it was super competitive, but it kind of feels like Twisty and Slurpee are just struggling to actually get those goals when they need it right now. And then Jay is just kind of finding these just tiny little moments where he's like, you know what? I'm just going to like go for some like air dribble out of nowhere because Scraps just like demoed, you know, Slurpee, and Twisty has like no boost or something. And Jay's just so good at finding those opportunities, and boy, is he finding them.
Yes, coming out with 4 goals, getting the hat trick, 7 shots as well. So only 3 of his shots actually not making their way into their own goal. It shows that Jay Jr. is definitely, like you said, working very hard out here to get these goals, showing himself as the offensive end of that team. It's just a matter of whether or not Slurpee and what's going on? Seems like we may have an interesting thing going on. Seems like somebody may have left the lobby. But as I was saying,
He is 9. I don't know.
okay. So, but like I was saying, it seems like at this point it's just whether or not Slurpee and Twisty can put together an offense, because their defense is, not too bad. It's just they seem to be rushing an offense. Like last game when they started to see that goal like percentage like slipping away, they started to rush an offense and their defense got really sloppy, which is how all those goals started coming in. And I think if they can just kind of maintain a good offense while not completely loosening up your defense, then they'd have a much better shot.
Yeah, for sure. That was on.
What? Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah. That was a
Just
really impressive angle Twisty found there. I thought he was going for a center. He was not.
that was Jay
good
Jr.
save by
I mean, you can tell Jay Jr.
Slurpee's there. You know, what can you do?
I mean, you can tell Jay Jr. was caught off guard by that with the really awkward bicycle save.
Yeah.
Not a shot. Yeah, like you said, I was expecting to come out of Twisty Tripod there, but another goal looks like is going to come out of this. Another kickoff goal. They seem to be very good at these. Slurpee and Twisty just want to get a couple on the board, give them a little bit of a cushion moving into the rest of the match, so that they have just that little bit of wiggle room that they might need in order to win.
Yeah. And, interestingly enough, on those kickoff goals, especially that second one we saw right there, both Slurpee and Scraps actually both cheated on there. But Slurpee actually has a somewhat unique cheat that he's told me about a bit, where you cheat up, but you don't fully commit. You hang a little bit back. That way, you can try and aim your shot more, and it doesn't go past you, things like that. Which we saw on that second goal. That's why he got the goal. I mean, Scraps actually ended up driving right past it, because it was a bit more of a risky cheat, which could pay off, but not always. And Slurpee did get it there. So,
Twisty Tripod, though, Twisty Tripod could have gone for that and made a goal out of it, but he decided to double back. It doesn't matter, though. He turns around and makes a goal out of it anyway. Twisty Tripod is, it's kind of a weird thing to be good at, but he's very good at turning around. Like super quick at being able to get back into a play. Because I keep thinking like, oh wow, that's just gonna be a boom down to their side of the field, and all of a sudden Twisty Tripod's back on defense. I'm like, how is that even possible? You literally just hit the ball. But very good defensive player, and just being able to kind of stay in the play for as long as possible in order to make sure a teammate gets back and the net is safe.
Yeah, that man definitely has to be constantly holding his finger on drift. He's just spamming it. And it's working a lot. Demo by Slurpee. I think Twisty was getting
What a
pushed,
touch!
although it's still gonna happen.
What a
nice.
touch!
Yeah.
I knew he was looking for the shot. I didn't know if he could pull it off, though. It was a very weird angle. I mean, if we look here, he's almost driving straight parallel to the goal and still just puts it straight down the center. It takes advantage of that beautiful demo from Slurpee Snail on Jay Jr., completely knocking out any sort of goalie situation.
Yeah, and honestly, this game just... Oh, that might yeah, well,
Jay Jr.
it's about to say this game does not feel anything like the others. Twisty and Slurpee is kind of destroying them, but not as much anymore. And 3 minutes 30 seconds on the clock, so...
Jay Jr. wanted revenge on that demo that was just placed on him, and he got one back, made it a goal as well. He's probably feeling a little bit good about that one, but he should not hold his or not catch his breath yet. He still has 3 whole goals to go before his team is even caught up. So definitely something they need to be worried about because the ball is in their offensive end. Great save by Jay Jr. is going to knock this out of the way. Twisted Tripod is empty. He's trying to work his way around the ball here, get it back to center, but Scraps is waiting for it. He's on the backboard. Scrap gets kind of a light touch, drops it down to Jay though. Booms it over Slurpee. Slurpee gets a touch though. It's a pass back to Twisty Tripod, who gets it back out center. Scraps is ready. He gets the redirect, but Slurpee is sitting, waiting for it. He knew it was coming. Jay is doing something. He's on 2 boosts. Not really sure what the game plan is. He still hits it somehow. I don't know what goes on in his mind to figure out these things. Nothing I would ever think of. That's for sure.
Yeah, but now we see it. He's got control, so I suppose it works out. Scraps kind of covered him a bit there. You know, Jay just kind of puts it off goal a little. It works. Ooh, okay, good clear by Slurpee, but Jay is up.
Just an awkward situation. Double commit. They're going to knock each other out. Puts them in a weird situation where Slurpee can just get a boom in. Good move in by Scraps to clear it before it gets into any kind of dangerous situation. Jay Jr. can't quite get up for the hit. Twisty beats Jay on the aerial, but Scraps takes control of it. Jay is looking for the demo. He gets the bump, clears it open for the goal. He took that straight out of the Slurpee handbook, said, I remember what you did to me earlier, and just booms him out of the way. Not a demo, but it's going to do the job just the same.
Yeah, this is really a matchup we're seeing where if one team, like, not even misinputs, like, it's not even missed the ball. If one team doesn't hit the ball perfectly, they get goaled on, like, almost 100% of the time. And that's,
boom.
you know, I mean, that just shows how good and consistent these players really are, I guess.
Yeah, there is no room here. Like, you cannot give your opponents any room whatsoever to work with the ball. You have to just constantly rush them and you know, kind of be right up on them, pressure them out of it, because if you give any kind of room to work with, like Slurpee's about to do right here, then they will go for these shots and put you in tough situations. So yeah, definitely a game of just getting out there and playing, getting at that ball, no time to wait, no time to stop. Slurpee gets a demo on Jay. Doesn't want any more goals to be made on their side of the field. They are already losing that 4-goal lead they had, but what a flick by Twisty Tripod is just gonna go straight up over Jay Jr. Great shot. Just gonna slow fall right in. I mean, can't really ask for a better flick.
Yeah, I mean, that was really good. He's gonna grab a hat trick with that one as well. Very good on Twisty. Okay, Scraps is gonna recover that one, although not quite on. And Jay, little misinput. He's gonna get demoed for it. You know, all these players, this is something I'm really noticing now. They are so, like, absurdly consistent with demos. It's honestly, like, just kind of crazy, because, like, I mean, I just don't know how they're all hitting him so consistently. It really feels like if you're ever in a 1v2 situation, it's just over. Like, there's nothing you can do, because one of them is just going to demo you. And Slurpee's going to grab a hat trick with his own right there. That's just good.
Double hat trick here tonight for Slurpee Snail and Twisty Tripod in this third game, of the semifinals matchup. Leading 6-2, 40 seconds left. Jay Jr. and Scraps, 1 goal every 10 seconds. This is possible for them. Definitely is if they can make use of their time, which they might be able to, although Twisty Tripod gets there first. He misses, though. Doesn't quite roll in. Very unlucky here. Looks for the center, but Jay pushes up far left for some reason, putting himself out of the equation. With 30 seconds left, this is looking farther and farther from achievable. And it looks like Twisty and Slurpee might take their second dub of the series, pushing it to potentially only a 4-round matchup.
Yeah, and honestly, this is by far the most demos. A good shot by Jay, but this is by far the most demos I've seen the Kuros match. Besides probably the one Alex match. That we
The one we don't talk about, the forbidden match. But I definitely get what you're. You get to you get it pretty fast. Good to see that Scraps and Jay's spirit has not died out yet. Still working for those goals, even with 10 seconds left. Getting some nice shots in two. Probably just getting prep work in for the next game, and who knows, they may be able to turn around the next game and pull out a couple score win, just like they did last game. I think what was last game, like 4-1 or something like that. So definitely achievable to turn around. They've done it before. It's just whether or not they can pull two out, or if Slurpee and Twisty can even pull two consecutive ones out. They still have a chance of losing the next round.
Yeah, and we're really seeing the super impressive adaptation of both teams here. We saw Jay and Scraps kind of getting owned in game one a bit, but then bring it back to a 4-5 in like 30 seconds at the end, something like that. And then the next game did really well, took a game. Now, Twisty and Slurp come right back, they'll take a game. It's kind of, it's really a back and forth of just adapting to these slight changes they're making in their play styles. And we're kind of seeing more and more and more demos come in, and more goals happen off of them, which I think we'll probably see many more demos in this next game.
I mean, if they keep amping them up like they were last game, then that's for sure, right? Slurpee and Jay seem to be the two favorites as far as demos go. I think they went back and forth probably like 6 or 7 times, just blowing each other up, very strategically as well, because they always seem to be the player in the second man position. So that's the person you want to get the clear on. You clear them out of the way. That goal is just sitting wide open. This ain't threes. You do not have that third person back for safety. If you can clear that second man, or make them awkward in any way, you can make a goal out of it real easy.
Yeah, and okay, that was a clutch hit by Twisty there. I really thought we were gonna see. Oh, I didn't think that was it.
Okay.
I got to see the replay here. That was an interesting angle from the spectator POV.
Well, Scraps pulling out an early gamer here. An early game shot, shooting it just right into the upper corner where they just can't reach it, as K1 would say. Moving on to kickoff. Twisty Tripod's going to beat Scraps here on the kickoff. He goes for the boost. Jay Jr. falls back, giving Twisty a little bit of room to work with. However, he does not clear it. Somehow Slurpee beats Jay up. Jay was a little bit slow moving up on that one. Jay Jr. takes out Twisty Tripod. Does not want any kind of silly business going on up here. Another demo for the books. Beautiful demo. Scraps trying to take it up the wall. Gets a touch on it with an air dribble. Can't quite get down to it. Twisty just keeps putting it down into this corner. It seems to not want to leave here. Not very productive, though, for either team if it just sits in this corner. Somebody's trying to look for a clear. Scraps gets at it. Looks for the shot. Awkward aerial. Can't quite turn it around. Bumping Twisty a lot. Jay almost shoots it straight into him. Scraps going to have to look for a turnaround here somehow. Gets the boost, but can't get back to challenge Twisty Tripod, except he can because Twisty did not challenge that quick enough, and that was exactly what happened just there, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate for them, but it's going to put them up 2 with a minute into the game.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there, I think. Twisty definitely hesitated. I think he thought Slurpee was taking it, and then Slurpee saw Twisty, saw he'd get a better hit, so... it happens. And, I mean, Jay, or Scraps, not Jay, actually, did not hesitate at all to go and score that, and Jay tried, but what can you do with a shot like that?
Yeah, that's true. Scraps getting an unfortunate hit here, kind of putting it center almost into a place where he just can't quite get to it fast enough. And Jay goes for the bicycle, very valiant attempt, but just too out of position for where Slurpee placed that shot that he just was not reaching it in any good way. He did get the touch, but still went in regardless. Slurpee looking for a pass, though, a setup. Almost gets it, but Scraps reads it, gets the perfect tap, almost. I don't know how Jay pulled that off. I thought that was out. I'm going to be honest. I was a little bit nerve-wracking, at least for them.
Actually, like a double, triple tap, maybe even? A lot of taps. I don't know how many, but...
Great angle from Jay Jr.
Yeah. He definitely recovered that, because, if he messes that up, that's just no goal. Nothing you can do about it.
Almost a direct pass down to Slurpee, just wide a little bit, but he's already up somehow, going for the goal. Good save though by Jay Jr. Scraps is looking for a play here. He goes for the dribble. He gets it up on top of his car. All he needs is a flick. Seems to have run out of boost. Can't really do too much with the ball. Jay's gonna try to do his own little thing here. Goes for the air dribble. He's a full tank. He can do whatever he wants. Goes for the flip reset. Gets it. Can't quite touch it in the right direction, however, and it's just gonna head straight back to their side of the field.
Ooh, a really good aerial by Scraps there. Ooh, big 50 beat though by Slurpee. To be honest, he might even be able to shoot this. Not quite. I think Scraps was right there. Although, okay, good.
I think Slurpee could have. I think Slurpee could have moved in for that shot. They waited. They sat back. He had,
yeah,
I think enough time.
Could. I think he thought Scraps was gonna jump at it, but Scraps actually didn't. And I think if Scraps jumped at it, he might have beat him. But maybe Scraps didn't have boost or something. I don't know. Really good bump there. Might be able to take possession. Not quite. Slurpee's right there.
Yeah, for sure. Great touch here by Twisty. He's just gonna almost roll into the goal. Can they do anything
What
about it? What a save by Jay Jr. I don't
know how the
ball
ball
was
halfway in his goal and he air dribbles it out.
not a play I would ever go for. That seems almost entirely too risky of a play to do in that situation. But just one of the many things Jay can think of that other players cannot. Great save by Jay Jr. Maybe save of the night. Definitely, at least up to this point. He's looking for a setup, tries to get a center, but Twisty Tribal is going to take it from him. Tries to look for the wall play. Runs out of boost, though. Almost a fake, just letting it kind of walk down the wall. Slurpee looks for the goal. I mean,
yeah.
It's just open. No one's back. Easy goal there for Slurpee Snail. He's going to put him up one. Or sorry, he's going to bring them up one. Still down one. 2 minutes left in the match. Definitely every chance they need to get into this. Get back into this, that is. As long as they keep playing like they do, I mean, amazing goal right there. They just need a couple more of those, and they can win the series right here in this game. No game 5 whatsoever.
Oh, Scraps going for some Jay Jr. Gets a flip reset. Jay's up now, though. Can't quite follow that hit. Good boom by Twisty. Yeah, he's probably going to grab the boost, go for a center, probably. I'm assuming Slurpee's sitting mid-ish. Close.
Odd touch by Twisty. Not sure it was even intentional. That little second touch that came off of the wall kind of messed up that center for him. Put Slurpee in an odd situation where he had to go for a center, couldn't go for a shot, and Twisty was just not in a position to try to score. So I think that's kind of what happened there. Twisty taking his time with this one, which might be a mistake because Jay Jr. gets up, beats him to it, somehow comes from behind him and is able to turn it around and hit it the other direction. Twisty drops it straight down to Jay Jr. though, kind of loses possession of the ball, hands it away. Slurpee gets the save. Scraps is leering around, trying to get the shot. He gets a good touch. It's going up the wall. Twisty's got to get up. Gets up a little bit too early. The good thing Slurpee was there. He rushed in, got the save. Twisty might have had it anyway, but definitely a close call situation there. And I thought that was in. Well, okay, I guess it was.
Yeah, Jay, really good 50 against Slurpee there. And yeah, Twisty can't quite get there in time. Yeah, I mean, that's just a unfortunate pinch for the side of Slurpee Snail there. Big beat.
Great start by Twisty.
Right there.
Good read by Jay. Slurpee Snail going for a backboard play. Huge boom. Sends it all the way downfield, actually. It's headed towards goal. If no one can get back, it is in. Slurpee gets the double touch anyway. Doesn't even need it. Great aim by him, or just great luck. I mean, perfect wall bounce. Seems like he got maybe a little bit of assist there from Scraps. Props to Scraps for turning around that quick as well, getting back into the play. Very quick, just not quite quick enough.
Yeah, and now bring it right back to Slurpee and Twisty being one behind. 30 seconds. Oh, big demo. It's definitely going to allow them to keep possession. Maybe go for a play here. He's got on top of his car. It's a bit scary.
He's got the flick.
Over one. Slurpee, though.
Oh,
Pass to
pushed up
Twisty.
just a little too far.
Yeah, I think he couldn't quite get the shot. He's just going to throw it to his teammate, who unfortunately is going to get challenged by Jay. Oh, nice on Slurpee to dodge the bump there, and he might get a shot, actually.
He gets a shot.
He does.
It's in.
Wow.
Oh my god, what a goal here from Slurpee Snail. Off of almost another pass from Jay Jr. Not really sure why he put it up. I think he was looking for a pass to Scraps. Scraps was not there to collect it, turned around, put him in an awkward spot. Slurpee took advantage of it. Beautiful shot placement as well, right over the top of Scraps' car. Too high for him to get it. Tying them up with 8 seconds left. Possible to win it right here, no overtime involved. Or we could be moving into, I believe, maybe our first overtime of the night.
Yeah, I believe so. And yeah, we are. Interested to see how it goes. Overtime, historically, for 3 Rocketeers with Slurpee is not good. But we'll see if that'll change with Twisty.
Well,
Oh,
almost a
Ilya.
pass up to
Really good
Twisty.
play, yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a double commit there. Works out in their favor. Slurpee gets a really good touch on it. Scraps looks for a play. It's almost in. Good thing Jay Jr. flew in there, got that touch because Slurpee was way in. He was ready to take that shot. Twisty's going to try to challenge Jay Jr. here. Gets a good touch. It's going to go kind of back towards their end, though. Slurpee seems like he's waiting for it to go up the wall. Doesn't quite, though. Bounces off a little bit. Makes him a little awkward. Scraps gets the touch. A little bit behind Slurpee. Slurpee's falling back. Letting Twisty move in. Twisty cannot beat Scraps. Scraps wins the 50. Move it down. Twisty is out of the play completely. Jay has the ball. Almost gets the shot. Goes a little bit wide with it, though. Takes out Slurpee. It's just Twisty who is able to hold up and get the save.
Wow. And Jay had 0 boost on that demo, by the way. He's just speed flipping around for these demos. Whizzes right past Slurpee again. Feels like Slurpee is doing a really good job of dodging some of these demos, though. He got a goal off of it earlier. Dodging a good demo by Jay. A good demo attempt, I mean. Uh-oh, Jay, though. Almost definitely going to attempt some aerial play. Good on Twisty, though. Scraps
Nice
and
pass
Slurpee
down to
in the wall.
Scraps. Beautiful pass there from Jay. Too bad it did not work out, but Jay has collection over it again. He has possession. He gets the touch over Twisty Tripod. He's going for another. It's just Slurpee Snailback. He's backwards. It's a weird save. He gets the touch, but Scraps is there anyway. He gets another save. Amazing play here from Slurpee Snail to read all of those hits and still get the touch. Just a little bit too wide. But it seems like he's going to move in here for the challenge maybe. Scraps gets it off the wall, though. Moves it down to Slurpee. It's ground ball. Jay gets the touch. It's just Twisty. Twisty's backwards. He's got to find a way to turn around somehow. Or that works too. Get sideways.
One man could turn
Move
around.
to the
like
goal.
you said, it's Twisty.
He's just waiting for Scraps to
Fits
drop
his
the ball
name.
here. Scraps does not, though. Yeah, I guess it does fit his name now that you bring it up.
He has
2 minutes
gotten
into
like
this
30 of
overtime.
those saves. it's
Yeah.
a little absurd. 2? Yeah, you did. Yeah, 2 minutes already. I'm not going to lie. It feels like we are like 30 seconds into it.
It has been a very close call. Slurpee tries to go for the bounce. Scraps reads it perfectly. Was not letting anything in except for maybe this. But Jay Jr.'s there to save that too. Great ground bounce there from Twisty Tripod, looking for the bounce shot. Almost a risky situation there, but a beautiful touch by Slurpee. He's going to side tap that back behind Scraps. Gets another little aerial. He's got to beat Scraps to this. Jay Jr. and Scraps are kind of piled up, really close to each other. A boom is going to be beneficial here, and Twisty goes for one. It seems like he's empty, though. Scraps did move back enough to get the save, and is working on an offensive play as we speak.
Yeah. And quick question, actually. Okay. Quick
What a
question,
save.
Actually, yeah. Is this game 4 or 5?
This is 4. If
4.
if the if Twisty and Slurpee win this one, they take the series. If not, we move on to the 5th game.
Okay. You know, I love Slurpee. I love Twisty. To be honest, I wasn't sure if they were not necessarily going to be my favorites to win the tournament, but if I got to pick someone to win the tournament, I'd pick them. You know, I like the idea of that team. I love Slurpee. And I'm glad to see them going so far. But to be honest, I think we might just need a game.
Jay
5.
looking for the center. Twisty Tripod gets control over it, though. He's trying to move it out. He looks for the pass to Slurpee. Slurpee gets the boom. Jay and Scraps are both back. Not sure why both Twisty and Slurpee would push up when a boom was obviously coming, but it seems to have worked out in their favor anyway. Slurpee's going to look for another touch. Puts it near goal. Jay Jr. goes for a backflip. Slurpee puts it to the corner instead of towards net. Interesting decision. Huge win there from Scraps, 50-wise. Doesn't really seem to matter, though, because Slurpee just takes possession of it again. But what a doink from Scraps to get that headed back towards their goal.
Yeah, almost a little too high there. I saw Jay try to go for the shot and just, I don't know how he's going to get that angle. Pretty good 50, though. I think Twisty... No, Jay's going to follow it. I thought Twisty was going to take possession.
No, he does.
Yeah, he does now. Really good 50.
Oh, what a
Scraps.
50.
Oh, is he going to...
Oh, he got the touch.
Oh.
Not enough to get it to Slurpee,
Flipping
but enough to
awkward
throw off
spot
Jay. Really awkward spot there. Jay pulls out the shot with a 4-minute, 36-second overtime. Jay Jr. sneaks a shot in past everyone. Twisty Tripod completely out of boost and in a awkward spot on the wall where he had to jump off. Tough spot to be in for him, at least. but a good win here from Jay Jr. and Scraps.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat line, by the way, for a 4-minute overtime game. You'd think it'd be like, oh, it's like 2-1 or something. It's 1-1. No, they scored 8 goals in 5 minutes, and then no, just pretty much just no mistakes at all by anybody for, 4.5 minutes straight. Which we'll see if maybe this next game, maybe it'll be a bit lower goal game based on the overtime. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Interested to see.
I know, but first round of semifinals, and we are moving into a deciding last game. Milking the 5 out of best of 5. Moving up here into the last possible game this series can hold. And then after this, we will be looking at one more semifinal matchup before moving on to the grand finale between whatever 2 teams take these next 2 games.
Yeah, and who do you think takes it here?
I am rooting for Twist. I'm rooting for Twisty and Slurpee at this point. They're playing so well right now. I'm surprised they didn't just take it last game, especially with that comeback towards the end of the regular match time when they got those 2 goals in the first or in the last 40 seconds before moving into that overtime. I think they're playing really well. I just think they can work on that offense a little bit, and that's really all they need.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, yeah, I think I agree. I think Twisty and Slurpee got this one. But it's definitely going to be
goal
tough.
potential
we're
here.
Seeing Jay already putting some really close shots on, putting in the work.
Yeah, that was almost a goal there. Twisty Tripod gets it out to like a center position, stays with it though, gets it past Scraps. Scraps has possession over it, takes up the ceiling, gets the flip reset, loses it almost, gets a flick down to the ground, just gives it straight to Slurpee basically. Slurpee just tries to walk it in, doesn't go for a flick or anything. Gives it to Jay, who decides to do the exact opposite and go for a much more difficult save. And yeah, pulls off a goal. Great shot here by Jay Jr. as always. Putting his team up 1 with 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Jay is really putting on the pressure, which in all the games that Scraps and Jay won, we have kind of seen this playstyle a bit where Jay is playing up a lot, he's challenging a lot, and he might get beat sometimes, but he's winning a lot, and that's how he's getting his goals. And then Scraps is just always there to play defense for the occasional time Jay gets beat.
What a goal from Slurpee, just booming it in from the midfield, taking full advantage of the awkwardness of Scraps. The fact that Jay Jr. had to go for that boost, seems like he couldn't collect it either. Forced him to come back before he could even get full. Great shot there by Slurpee.
Yeah, I think Jay just a little boost starved, the veteran instincts of Slurpee, he could smell it, he knew.
Whoa,
really
what a
angle
touch!
by Tripod.
Nice ability to just kind of sneak in here, going for that corner shot, kind of like a Norm style shot. What it's reminding me of. Top. Yeah, both Spectres. That's true. Top crossbar down. Lucky enough for him, it did not bounce out, giving them an up 1 right now, putting them in the lead. If they can hold a good defensive for the next 3 minutes 30 seconds, they don't even need to score. How likely that's going to happen? I'm going to say it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, good save by Slurpee. Good demo by Twisty. Yeah, it's going to give Slurpee possession. I don't know where the defense is here. Oh, I see Jay coming in.
Twisty went for a demo on Jay instead of going for the ball, which if he took out Jay would be good, but there would still be no shooter because Slurpee went for a pass, not for a shot. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there, but it did end up just giving the ball to Jay, who promptly scored on them. So I get what they were thinking. They were just, on 2 different pages. If they can sync those up, good plays can come of it.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an all-in play by Twisty there. Ooh, just a good shot by Jay. He's going to take a hat trick with that one as well. With only 2 minutes gone by on the clock. So I was completely wrong, by the way, then, about maybe this game having less goals. So far, in the 2 minutes, this is the highest scoring game. Well, it's not the highest scoring game so far. But if it keeps going this way, it's gonna.
Awkward toucher by Scraps is going to put it backwards. Twisty takes advantage of it, puts it center, going to drop down. Slurpee's almost ready for that. It's just in a very awkward position, not really in one where it can be shot. Beautiful follow by Scraps to try to knock that back into the goal if it were to be saved, but unfortunately for him, he just didn't quite have the angle right. It's going to bounce out anyway. But he has another opportunity to make a score here. He gets it past Twisty. Doesn't seem to have boost control, though. Jay gets it into the corner, back down to Twisty, who just... Nice catch, actually, from Twisty, rather than opting to take it up the wall. Low on boost. Twisty's going to try to go for a center here. He gets it. Slurpee's up. It's just going to drop straight center, but Twisty's on 0 boost and just can't really do too much with it.
Yeah, and Scrap's actually taking all the boost on that side. Luckily, Slurpee does have boosting up safe. That might just go in. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Scraps and Jay both, you know, committed up to the goal, which, to be fair, it was very close. Good shots back to back, but, you know, you got to be careful with that, especially in a game this competitive. Sometimes you got to be careful just shooting it at a defender. A lot of times they're just going to take that right back at you.
Yeah, tied it back up. Back to 3-3. Basically 0-0 at this point. I mean, really, if you think about it like that. 2 minutes left on the clock. Still looking like it could be another overtime. And I mean, an overtime on a deciding 5th game would be quite the way to win a series, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. And I mean, this is looking really reminiscent of last game actually as well. It's looking even more reminiscent of last game now with the 4-3 goal line at 1 minute 38 seconds. That's about the same time we were at the 4-3 goal line, which we saw a clutch goal.
Nice bounce shot there from a nice bounce shot there from Jay Jr. is gonna just get it right over Twisty's car. A little bit unexpected shot, probably leading to a goal, putting them up 1 minute 30 left. Twisty is looking to redeem another goal here. Passes a great pass up to Slurpee. Slurpee gets the boom. Twisty collects it again. They're trying to find a way to work with this. Scraps gets a good touch, although it doesn't go too far. Jay is there to pick it up, though. Shot on goal. Great angle there from Jay, but a better save from Slurpee. Slurpee's working with it. He looks like he's going for a dribble. He lost it. It was not on top of his car anymore. Could not go for a flick. Twisty's moving in. Gonna try to get a center. Just can't quite make anything of it. Jay's looking for the boom. Slurpee's on 1 boost. Still manages to get to the ball in time. Although if that shot is on, and it is, then that is going to be another goal on the Jay Jr. docket.
Yeah, and this game is now very hard for Slurpee and Twisty. And Twisty is calling Jay out in chat. Rightfully so. He broke the rule 1. It's real. It's true.
Did he really?
I saw it. It was, you know, the rule 1 lasted for approximately 0.5 seconds. They rule 1 for a second, and then Jay just kind of half flips backwards, a little boost. Jay in Jay fashion.
Wow, that's quite disappointing, Jay Jr.
It is a little. I would have liked to see the 1v1, but I suppose I understand it. That's
it's
big
understandable.
risk to
Yeah.
take in game 5 semis. I'm like,
Yeah, it's definitely understandable.
fair enough, I suppose.
Potential
Goal.
shot here, though. Slurpee moves in for the kill, gets the goal. 4 to 5, 23 seconds left. All they need is 1. We've seen them do this before. 40 seconds left on the last game. They got 2 goals in the last 40 seconds. They can definitely do it again. 59 seconds left on the clock. When they moved into a 2-goal differential, they've moved up 1 since then. 23 seconds left now. All they need is 1. If they can play it right, they can move it to another overtime. If not, it looks like they might lose the series, and Jay just puts another one in. He does not want to lose this one, not after this fight. And quite a fight it has been for Jay Jr. and Scraps. With 18 seconds left, 2 goals left to tie it at overtime. It's looking very difficult here for Slurpee, Sam, and Twisty.
Yeah, I think Slurpee and Twisty should have been overcommitted there. Understandably so. You know, they have 20 seconds to get a goal. Now they've got 15 seconds to get 2. It's definitely going to be a near impossible task. They have to get one here if they want to win. Maybe.
Puts a center. No one's there really for the shot.
Maybe.
He gets the goal, actually. What a touch.
2 seconds.
All right.
On the clock. That is a very low amount of time.
In very little amount of time. Great touch there. I don't know if that was purposeful. It looks like Scraps maybe didn't go up for that. But 2 seconds left. You know they have to be thinking it is possible. It's got to pan out perfect. And perfect it might be up the wall. Good touch. Scraps is just looking to hit it down. Twisty keeps it up, puts it to the corner. Scraps is looking to put it down in any way he can, but just doesn't seem to want to go there. But eventually it will fall, giving the first semifinal win to Sons of Pitches, beating Daddy Twisty Slurp in quite a slam this last game. Jade Jr. coming out with 6 goals, not quite breaking 1,000, but getting right close to it. Slippery Snail as well, hitting 927, and what a close series this was.
You know, what a crazy stat line. 6 goals, 0 assists, 0 saves, 12 shots. Jay's just shooting at the goal at this point, and he's just doing it well. And I mean, yeah, I mean, Jay popped off. Scraps is playing a phenomenal third man. I think like Jay's totally like, he's definitely like the highlight I think people are seeing of on this team. But I do think Scraps is very vital though to the team as well. Because he's covering Jay a lot while Jay's going for these crazy shots.
Yeah, he definitely is. And with that wrapped up and decided, we will be moving on now, ladies and gentlemen, to the Smurfs versus Goldfish. And that is looking at GM Flix and Crouton versus Haz and Norm. This is a match we anticipated quite a while ago when we saw Norm and Haz roll into their second matchup. And it's definitely going to be an exciting matchup to see. Like we were talking about, this is going to be Aerial City. Going to be very fun to watch.
Yeah, this is going to be a very hype match. And so yeah, winner of this will then move on to the finals. They'll face Jay and Scraps. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we're in for a crazy series here as well. I mean, we just came off actually just a phenomenal series, to be honest. I could not have asked for better. And I don't think this one is going to be that much different. I mean, I think the playstyles are actually going to be really different. I think these players actually have very different playstyles there. But I think we're going to be seeing a game 5. I think we'll.
Another game 5. That would be quite the thing to see. 10 o'clock, officially 3 hours into this tournament. Potentially 10 games left if they all play out. We're right there at the end. The last final stretch. Anywhere from 6 to 10 games left here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And they are the best games we will be seeing. If you just saw those last 5 we watched, then you know that this is where we're getting serious. These semifinals and finals, these close matches, these are these tense matches. These are the ones that we have stuck around and waited for.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I'm here for another 10 games. That's what I want. I want some more best of 5s. You know, we've gotten through all the best of 1s. Now it's time for 5 games and all 3 of our best of 5s. I'm here for it. You know, I'm West Coast.
Here for it.
I don't need to go to bed. Can't say that for everybody in the league, but you know.
It's a fair point. I do like my sleep, but I also like my Rocket League, and I am here to stay as long as I am necessary to the production. So if it is 10 games, then so be it. It's 10 games. We're here. We're ready. Let's get to the field. Haz, Norm, Crouton, GM Flix, all here in the lobby. Let's hit the dirt, get those tires spinning, and kick off this semifinals match.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a hype match, and they have a lot to live up to be honest. After that last best of 5 we saw, so we'll see how this goes here. I think we might be seeing maybe some more flashy plays. I feel like everybody here kind of plays like a Jay Jr. Not fully, but they can all go for Jay Jr.-esque, you know, mechanical plays. And so I think we're going to be seeing a different match from last time, but a very good one. Here we go, kickoff.
GM Flix come out with a win here, but I know. Haz coming in, getting the boost, getting the boom. Gets a nice touch over Crouton. Seems like they have total control here. Norm gets a little bit of a team bump there on Haz. GM Flix goes for an aerial. I mean, we know he's going to do this. He does this every time. Goes up the wall. Haz looking for the shot. He might just get it. Bounces it over Crouton. Beautiful goal. Way to get, like, just upside down. Great angle here from Has to kick off the game really early, 20 seconds in, already getting the goal. Great shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's that's just very good. Where I think we're in for a good match after that goal. We're in for a good match, and look at that. Look at the speed Kutan just got up for that. What?
Wow.
Okay. Well.
What? There is
1-1.
a reason Crouton got best goal of the season last season, and that's because he can do stuff like that where you're not even paying attention, and then all of a sudden he's dunking on you from the sky, because that's just his play style, is get up and put it down.
Yeah.
And here he goes again.
Kutan had a very similar shot to that in the video I put together. He submitted me a clip. It was very similar to that. Very good. So he goes for those a lot too. He's consistent with them. Norm scored. To be honest, it was kind of hard to tell what was happening when we played that. I kind of see.
It just sneaks its way in. I don't even know how that angle figured its way out, but great shot there from Norm. Kind of just threads it in between all of them, forces it into the goal, giving them a 1-goal deficit now. Well, I only have to catch up by 1 goal. They're no longer down 2. 4 minutes left. All the time in the world they need. Just got to figure out how this team they're going against works. It's a very tough team to go against. GMFlix almost misses the save. Gets it with the bottom of his car. Crouton comes out with the boom, launches it on net, and there's nothing they can do about it. Straight in it goes, and another goal. It is for Crouton and GMFlix, tying them up 2-2.
Yeah, we have 1 minute into the game. 4 goals, 2 apiece for each team here. So very competitive series, very goal-heavy series. That like, honestly, I don't even think like all these people are good at defending. It's just like all these people are just so absurdly good at offense, and especially their team offense too. That like, I mean, we see it's some very high-scoring games here.
Until you said there was a minute in the game, I did not know. I thought we were maybe halfway done. This game is moving very slow, and just because there's so many goals happening. Beautiful demo there from Norm is going to put a halt to any kind of offensive play going on. He's going to take control of it again, tries to work its way down, gets the center. GMFlix trying to figure out how he's going to work around this. Norm gets another touch. It's a little bit wide. Can't seem to get the turnaround. GMFlix is empty. Tries to move the wall anyway. Gets the boom. The center, Norm, a little bit too quick. Maybe a little bit too slow, just couldn't quite get up in time, and then the shot was a little bit too powerful, so I guess it's a little bit of both. But tries to get the save here. GMFlix is up, goes for the air dribble, bumps Norm out of the way. Crouton is open for the shot, and he goes for it. Norm just cannot quite get back in time. Beautiful bump by GMFlix on Norm, and an even better shot here from Crouton, taking advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, we're really seeing, I mean, right there, that just sums up how the series is likely going to be going. Is a lot of aerial competition. You know, one person tries to air dribble it, one dude jumps off like the ceiling to get it. What was that? What? He saves it. That was an interesting interaction, though. Good clear, though. Although Crouton doesn't grab it.
Seems like they're moving maybe a little bit too fast here. A lot of slip-ups coming from these guys. They seem to be fixing them quite quick. Interesting touch there by Norm. Kind of stole it from his own teammate, who looked like he had a better angle on it. Kind of just threw the shot away. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Norm goes for the center, though. Gets a great touch. It's dropping straight back. Huge boom there by Crouton, though. I mean, this is a free goal. I don't see how they can mess this up, except Norm flies back up the center. Gets a great save on it. Puts it to the corner. Gets control of it. He's going to turn it into a goal. Amazing play here from Norm coming into the later half of this game. I was not expecting this whatsoever, but a little bit of double commit is going to lead to the game being tied once again.
Yeah, they're just trading shots back and forth here. Honestly, like, this is a really interesting match. Uh-oh, not a great start up there. Although Crouton will recover.
What a touch!
GMFlix
amazing redirect.
No, Norm's got it. Although no boost on Norm anymore.
Hasworth trying to figure out a way to control this ball. Gets past GMFlix. He's up on the ceiling, looks for the ground pinch. Again, Norm just takes it from him. Not sure if these two are communicating very well, but it's going to go back into GMFlix possession. Has is trying to catch back up to it. GMFlix gets a good flick on it. No pun intended, but great catch there by Norm. Just, wow. I mean, come on, man. Just walks it down. Huge boom
Yeah.
pass. I mean, great. I mean, look at it. Just boom. Right past Crouton. Just straight down center. He didn't even need to touch it again. But, you know, speed up this game all you want. 4-3. Norman has in the lead right now. 1 goal up. 1 minute, 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and Crouton. That's scary off the start off. Almost. Yeah, and I think
Very close.
something it's going to be really pivotal throughout the series' match is going to be boost management. All of these players are players who use very high amounts of boost. And because of that, 4 players who use very high amounts of boost and need boost to be doing all these mechanical plays and air dribbles, things like that. If a team can starve another team with boost, they could probably pretty easily just get a goal. Like, just take the 2 back boosts, boom. It's like, how do they defend, you know? So I think we'll probably be seeing some more adjustment with stealing boost as this game goes on, which Geneflix just did right there, actually, and has this empty.
Yeah. As is empty up on the wall. Crouton looking like he has a decent bit. Goes for a double touch, turns into a triple touch. Still can't quite get anything. Norm is looking to dodge the bump attempt. Makes him a little bit awkward. GN flicks and Crouton a little bit double stack there. Norm goes for the big flick. Can't get it over Crouton though, who takes possession of it. He's gonna try to take it up the wall. Gets a nice boom. Gets a double touch. It's down to GN flicks. It's a pass. If that was almost a goal. If Haz was not there to save that, or at least get a touch on it, that could have been a shot.
Yeah, and Norm, another dribble attempt. He's gonna get kind of smacked away.
Oh, wow. Haz moving in. 10 seconds left. Off of, I believe, yeah, a pass. Or not even a pass, just an unfortunate hit there from Crouton. He was trying to clear it out of his sector and just ended up putting it even more center. But quick aerial there from Haz to finish it off.
Yeah, with 9 seconds, not looking very good for Crouton and Geneflix. But we'll kind of see how these teams adjust in the next game. We were seeing a ton of adjustments in our last best of 5 series, so I'm kind of interested to see, you know, how it's going to swing in each team's favor as we go from game to game.
There's something for sure. And if we look at these scoreboards, they're actually surprisingly similar. With both Norm and Crouton coming out with hat tricks. Haz getting really close with 2 shots. 1 assist coming from Norm, also 1 assist coming from Geneflix. Roughly the same amount of saves, only 1 save difference. And then also, if we look at that, roughly the same amount of goals too, with both Crouton and Norm pulling out 7 shots on goal, which is quite a high amount. These teams, like I just said, are looking actually pretty similar, and they might have to change something up, because I feel like if they play exactly like the other team is, then they're not really going to get anywhere. They're going to be, you know, it's kind of like at chess. You can't play a king against a king. It's just going to be a stalemate. You got to change up your flow, bring in some kind of outside action that no one's expecting.
Yeah, and here we go. Loading in. Teams are eager to hit the field. Kind of just speed ran joining that. Which I'm down for, because let's get into it and watch some Rocket League. That's what I'm here for.
I know. No sympathy for us PS4 players who have ridiculously long load times. Can't even let me get into the game first. Huge kickoff here. Goes straight to Crouton, who's just going to try to make an early shot out of it. If he can get another touch on it, it could be possible, but Haz there to defend. Crouton is empty, still tries to monkey around, get the shot. Geneflix is rushing back to try to get a save. Crouton got the full boost, it seems, though. Can't get the touch, hits it in anyway. Very close call, though. Almost got the save on a couple different occasions here. Good touch, but, I mean, Norm, perfect positioning to just reroute that back in.
Yeah, you know, close save. I'm not sure if Geneflix might have been able to get that, honestly. If Crouton didn't touch it, it was looking pretty close. Man, Crouton is always in the... What a goal. But Crouton is always in the right spot on these start-offs. That is like... He's probably taking possession after a start-off, like 60% of them this game, which is absurd considering there's 4 players. He just is always, boom, grabs it, and goes for some sort of aerial shot. And that one is going to go in.
Yeah, I mean, flip reset shot here coming out from Crouton. I mean, we know he can do it, and a great shot it was. Hopefully, we see maybe a couple more of those on his end. I'm sure he would like to see a couple of those come to fruition. But Jameflick's going for the dribble shot, gets it past Norm. Just gonna go straight in. What a dribble.
Yeah, that was to be honest, I don't know when you try and turn here as Norm. There's maybe a little window there, but he rolls on top of his car and he's gonna flick it up, and it's after the flick is there, it's too late, just really good dribble by Flicks, and has good beat on the setup. Again, Crouton's there.
Straight.
How'd he know?
He goes for the flip reset. He doesn't get it, but it's going in anyway. Almost out. Crouton comes into, or Crouton gets the goal anyway. I think I saw Flicks try to come and finish it off. Might have whiffed. No, pinch. Crouton and Flicks working together to make sure that goes in. But yeah, like you were saying, Crouton always perfectly positioned on these startups, and this is going to show how important startups are, especially in a 2's game mode, where you can take advantage of any kind of space you're given. Because they just don't have that third person. Almost a shot coming out there. Good save there from Norm, though. Even out of their goal, they still have to recover 2 goals here if they want to bring this back up to a tied game. But with 4 minutes left, wow, only been a minute. With 4 minutes left, that is entirely possible. And yeah, moving back to the side of the field, Crouton going for a save, gets another save, shows that he can both do offense and defense solidly. Both a very good player in both ends of the field. But has coming up for a big boom. He's going to work it all the way down. Crouton goes back for defensive position, but is empty on boost. Prioritizes the boost over the ball. Might be a risky situation, but Norm shoots just a little bit wide.
Yeah, Norm not quite in the right spot to get that shot out. Just probably misread the bounce a little bit, Good save by Haz, though. Crouton double tap almost on Flicks, though. Haz going to save. Norm maybe going to go for another shot. Close.
He did go for another shot. Very close to it as well. That would have been quite a dinger to go in. Flicks looking for possession here. Doesn't shoot for goal. Tries to just get attached over to the wall. Maybe it's a pass to Crouton. And the pass almost worked, but Haz is there to get the save. Haz is going to try to take it all the way down. Looks for the bounce. Norm is waiting. Waited just a little bit too long, it seems. He needs to get around this ball if he has any hopes of saving it, but he can't quite get there. Flicks with another just straight shot down the line. Norm hesitated just a little bit too much, giving GN just enough room to get that flick in.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of dribbles, or dribble-esque plays like that by Flicks now here. It's really hard to tell whether he's going to go for some sort of speedy play and maybe, hit it up and try and air dribble or something like that, or if he's just going to, stop and then, go for some sort of dribble or something, slow play. Really good pass.
Maybe he took your advice when you said to go for ground play kind of stuff, because everyone would expect him to go for air dribbles, but it seems like he's got Crouton to do all that work for him, because what a turnaround. Comes in, gets the hook on it, goes straight up, pass to himself, upper corner. Not that the placement's really even that important when no one's back. But that's going to put him up 4 goals with 2 minutes left. It's looking like a pretty steep climb here for Norman Haz.
Yeah, and I mean, somehow there's still 2 minutes on the clock. I don't know how, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's still doable. With the amount of goals coming out, it's kind of like, I feel like in this best of 5 there may be more ability to come back. Just because, to be honest, any team at any point could just, score, 3 goals in a minute 30 seconds or something.
A little bit
See,
gap
Flick's
there.
It's slow there. I don't know. He's going to have a challenge instead.
Haz going for a boom. Can't quite get to it, though. Norm needs to turn around if he wants to do anything with this. Crouton looks for the shot. Good patience there by Norm, actually. Going for the backboard save. Crouton sneaks in, steals the back boost like we were talking about earlier. Trying to keep them at a low boost level where they're weak. Maybe a pinch was the idea there. Didn't quite work out, it seemed. But Crouton's going to go up. He's looking for the center. No way he's trying to go for a shot with this. It does go center, but Haz is going to turn around. Norm takes it right from under him. Works out very well, though. even though it was a little bit of a double commit, but you know, that just happens every once in a while. But Crouton's just gonna steal it, redirect it, catch it, drag it right into the net, putting them up 6-1, 53 seconds left. I think we are about to have to get on a plane and head to Brazil.
Ooh. You may be correct. Which honestly would be crazy considering how good both of these teams are. I was definitely not expecting a Brazil in this series. But we'll see. Haz is putting on some offense. Norm as well.
Norm, look for the shot, just couldn't quite get it. Haz is gonna try to get a center here. Can't quite get it. It goes down too early. Gianflix is just sitting there waiting for it. Norm beats Gianflix. Crouton is the last back. Norm goes for the read. Can't quite get up to it though. Good shot here by Haz. It's a boom. Norm gets up onto it. Somebody needs to go center, and somebody is center, but they just quite couldn't get up to it. Haz just couldn't quite beat Crouton. Crouton gets the demo. Gianflix has all the room he needs to shoot, and he scores. It's Brazil time. 9 seconds left. I hope they leave it for us.
Yeah, they didn't last time, or actually I think it was Haz and Norm who didn't last time. Now they're on the other end of it. Unfortunately for them, but 9 seconds, maybe they'll stop it.
But like I said, these games can jump around a lot. I mean, last game Haz and Norm won by 2. Now they are losing by 6. Very reminiscent of the Slurpee Snail, Twisty Tripod, and Scraps and J Jr. match, where every single match it bounced back and forth on who won. Could be something we are seeing again this time. And with that concluded, we're moving on to the next match. Game 3. It is tied 1-1 right now, so we'll at least be seeing 4 from this series, if not 5.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad to see it's 1-1 this series. It is looking like we could maybe be seeing a game 5 here. Like you said, definitely very reminiscent of our last best of 5 series in some ways, at least in the 1-for-1 game score. I'm interested to kind of see if any teams also might go for a few more demos. I've seen a couple demos by Gianflix or Crouton, but to be honest, they're kind of more just like rotational demos, not really like clutch, I'm gonna score a goal off them demos, like we were seeing a ton of in the last game, or the last series. So, I don't know, if a team can really start demoing, it might come in clutch.
Unfortunately for me, it seems I may have got disconnected from Rocket League servers. Going to be working on this and getting this fixed momentarily. Jopapa, unfortunately, you are going to have to solo for a little while I get this resolved.
Yeah, and I mean, good pass by Norm. Crouton actually really close to getting a double save there. And now on the kickoff is Crouton maybe going to pass it to Flix or himself. Or both of them. They'll double commit. Probably going to get scored on for that, to be honest. Yeah. Haz with a second goal now. Yeah, I mean, that's... cannot be double committing on that one. Definitely one you gotta call out. Is what it is though. Again, only 1 minute in, 2 goals already. Which, to be honest, is actually noticeably less than the past 2 games. I suppose this is a low-scoring game in some ways. Crouton getting some weird hits. Big demo though. Flix is gonna save it, but I don't know. Has not quite able to put it on.
Gianflix trying to take it up a wall. Classic Gianflix play. He looks for the shot, just can't quite get it though. Haz is looking for a dribble, he's going to move it out. Crouton is backwards, might have to go up for a save. He gets the save, he shoots it for the backboard. Very risky save, but paid off well. We've all done those ones before. The payoff feels sweet. And Haz looks for a shot, he wants to get it in. Crouton is once again backwards, gets a very quick turnaround there. Seems to be empty though. Haz is pushing this defense can't quite get up to the ball though. Crouton looks for the bump instead of the play. Tries to get a bicycle to get it center. Just does not going to work out for him in this situation.
Yeah. You know, we're seeing a few of those hits, like right there. Flick's got a few kind of miss grabs. A lot of their Flick's and Crouton's gameplay is grabbing it like that and then doing some sort of aerial play like that if he didn't get bumped.
Nice
But
touch
they're
there by
kind of
Flicks.
missing a lot of the grabs, which has costed them a couple goals.
Flicks looking to collect. Gets the shot, almost a pass up to Crouton. Crouton just happens to be in the right spot. Gets a nice drop down on it. He's sitting there. He's going to get another touch. Gets it past Norm. It's just sitting there. Gian has to get a nice redirect. Those ones are always tough, very easy to miss. And miss he will, but takes out Haz in the process, making sure that there's no offensive play to come out of it. Crouton gets looked for the turnaround, and he gets it. What a turn. Going to put that straight onto goal. Not even an angle I thought he could get to.
Yeah, he's
Little.
good. I mean, a good hit by Crouton. He just hits it right to Norm's path.
It seems like it was headed that way anyway. Yeah, tough save there, but Crouton getting back up into the air. No one's home. Norm was getting boost. I feel like that ball could have been pushed by Flicks. But you know, it is twos. You have to understand the hesitancy. A lot of shots are very difficult to kind of establish whether or not they're good to go for. Great touch by Flicks. Booms it over Norm. Flicks looking to disrupt Haz in any way possible, looking for bumps or anything, but just can't seem quite to get it. Norm has easy possession over this, booms it over one of them. Just Flicks back, 1v1. Norm decides to turn around and run off. Maybe he might have been low on boost or something. Haz almost gets the shot, but it's just going to go a little bit wide.
Oh, a bit of a double commit there. Haz is kind of just going to give away possession, unfortunately. Although, big hit by Haz. Almost past Crouton, but not quite. Missing the flick reset. So unfortunate. There's some pivotal misses here. By Flicks and Crouton right now. Which I get, makes sense when you're going for like flip resets and all these crazy maneuvers, but
And shoots for the wall. I mean, we know where all this goes if it goes with the wall with Crouton. That time it seems like Norm kind of figured out where he was going with it. That was almost a goal opportunity for anybody. He pushed it. Haz took a little bit too much time on that. But luckily for him, no one was there to push it. Flicks is going to try to get a recovery on this. Nice little steal. It's center. Haz gets a nice drop down though. He's very good at those backboard saves. I seem to be noticing that a lot. Crouton gets the touch. It's going to head out to Norm. Haz gets the shot. The demo. It's a pass. It's a goal. What a play here from Haz and Norm. The goldfish plan, yes, as we would call it.
Yeah, and big demo gonna lead to the goal. There's a few more demos happening this match. That is, I believe, Haz and Norm got another one of their goals off of a demo similar to that this game.
I was looking for the goal.
Maybe making a bit of a impact here. Flicks kind of needs to score this. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. It's like a double demo there. A bit of a 1v1 for a second here.
Yeah, Crouton looking to get up ahead. Crouton moving all the way upfield. Very weird positioning choice. Maybe he was expecting his teammate to just boom it down to him, but no shot came from it. So kind of put him out of position, led to an awkward spot, but with 0 seconds left, they cannot win this one, which is going to put Haz and Norm at a 2-game win, and Crouton and Flicks at a 1-game. So it's 2-1 right now. As far as the series games go, if Norman Haz win this next round, they do move on to finals to go against Grafton J Jr. If not, then we move on to another round of the semifinals.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gonna be super interesting to see who's actually able to take it here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want a game 5. I don't mind win game 5, but we gotta get there. So I think I'll be.
And to get there, you gotta be rooting for the Smurfs on this one. All right, that's fair enough. more Rocket League is always enjoyable. I think Haz and Norm are kind of on a roll, especially off last game. I think if they can keep up whatever they were doing, then this shouldn't be too difficult of a win for them. GM Flicks looking for the wall play. Come on, this is GM Flicks. It's the GM Flicks we know. He gets the tap. It's looking for the goal, but Haz moves in, gets the save, tries to do this exact same thing, although he went up with no boost whatsoever. He's going to still try to get the center. Somehow actually does get it center. Norm moves in for the kill. What a play here from Haz and Norm. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Haz, with your low boost, but you seem to have pulled off quite the goal where I least expected it.
Yeah, and so again, barely any times passed, the goal's already scored. It's been like this every game this series. Given the way these games have been going, I'm expecting to see 1 or 2 more goals in the next 20 seconds.
I know, these are like basically kickoff goals at this point.
Yeah.
They're happening so fast. Great dunk there by Crouton. Is going to put it center. He looks for the demo on Norm instead of the hit. Kind of a good idea. Did not go through, though. Moving back, Norm is trying to get the center. Haz is ready for the shot. Turns around, though. Not kind of a mistake, because GM Flicks gets a good touch on it. GM Flicks pumps Norm and leads to a shot. That's probably the 3rd or 4th time I've seen this maneuver pulled off tonight. Seems to work very well. Very hard move to pull off, and somehow we've seen so many of them.
Yeah, that was very good, and that is, you know, GM Flicks classic. He's just going to score that one. Good 50 by Haz. Although Crouton somehow still is going to actually hit that one and beat Norm. Pretty crazy aerial by him. GM Flicks probably with a double tap here. Good save though.
Oh, whoa, whoa! What a touch by Crouton to just come in out of seemingly nowhere. Nice ground ball hit down to the bottom left corner where no one's around. Almost hits it into his own teammate, but definitely putting it out of reach for the other two to get it. Bringing them up, I believe, 1 goal over, bringing them up 1 over the other team.
Yeah, and it was a weird interaction. Has kind of blocked Crouton there, although, wow,
What
an
a
angle.
shot!
Man, Crouton honestly is probably just the best at double taps in the league. Like, his double taps is so crazy, and I mean, there's just another one. Unbelievable. That's gonna put him in a decent spot now, 2 ahead. Pretty good cushion to rely on, but with so much time in these high-scoring games, definitely could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, Crouton definitely came to play tonight, really showing off the skills that he has. A lot of people having really great nights out here as far as showing off what they can do. Even some of the teams that went out first round had just great performances. Unfortunately for them, they just went up against teams that were playing like this, and you know that's tough to do when you're walking into your first match. What a touch by GM Flicks! That had to be like the slowest falling upside down hit I've ever seen.
Man, yeah, that was good.
Very difficult save as far as the goldfish side of things. But GM Flicks looking to maybe not let that go into his goal, which is exactly what he does. Probably a good idea. Booming it downfield, that might just find its way in, but Norm is there to get the save. Haz is trying to work his way around Crouton, which he does. Doesn't get the flick onto the ball, and it's Norm is the last one back. GM throws the goal, goes way too wide. Norm looks for the squishy save. Seems a little bit unnecessary. Haz trying to get its way down. Loses the 50 bad. Opening up a goal shot here for GM Flicks, and he gets a double touch. Doesn't even need to shoot it on his first try, but I did see the hook shot come out. Fortunately, did go a little bit wide, but he's right there to put it back in.
Yeah, really good recognition by Flicks there. I think he saw that he probably wasn't going to be able to get the actual shot, and so he's just going to pass it back to himself. And I mean, there's no way for Hazard Norm to defend that shot from that angle.
GM Flicks has full control over this, it seems. He gets a boom. Gonna take control over it. Try and maybe pass to his teammate. Yeah, that's what it looks like it's gonna do. Hits it way too hard. unfortunately, moving into the other corner where his teammate so kindly receives it. He's going to do the exact same thing. Gets the center, a little bit of a softer touch this time. Goes for the double. Can't seem to find it. A little bit of double commit. It's a pinch. It's a boom downfield. Gianflix, nice collecto on the wall. Going to work his way around this. Used almost all of his boost, however, just to clear it. And it's kind of just still in the same spot it was 10 seconds ago anyway.
Yeah, and the clock is winding down. They gotta get 4 goals. Hasn't normally need 4 goals to tie it up here. Minute 30. Very tough task. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, we're seeing some very back and forth games. Well,
Whoa.
good shot by Haz, though. You know, there's goal number 1.
Very good touch by Haz. Moving into bring him up. 1-3 to go. Minute and a half left. That's a goal every 30 seconds. Definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been scoring goals like crazy, including that pass one he just did. Although Crouton, maybe a flip reset off the ceiling. Yeah, but blocked by Norm.
Interesting movement there by Crouton. Darn on his way back. Neither of them seem to have that much boost. Norm is empty. Tries to run in for the steal. Can't steal the boost though. Has working his way through, but gets cleared. Gianflix has all the boost he needs. Good touch there by Norm though to reroute it back towards the other goal. Crouton, nice save up there on the backboard. He looks for the double. Can't seem to find it. Huge bump from Haz. Norm looks for the shot
so
just
close.
a little bit wide. You know that had to hurt. They are looking for any goal they can take here, and that one was just so close. A little bit unlucky, but they should be able to turn that into a goal right, fine, and quick. Norm does, moves in for the kill. Takes it right off of a beautiful setup here by Haz. A little bit of assist there from Crouton. Sorry, Crouton, but good goal there by Norm.
Yeah, and you know, that's probably really big for the mental. Even if, you know, they still need 40 seconds, 2 goals. Definitely doable. Definitely hard, though. But even if they don't, I think going to the next game, after that kind of devastating miss, getting another goal like 6 seconds later, they've got to still be feeling pretty good now.
For sure, Gianflix just, taking it as slow as you like. Just, talking about just dragging it in. He knew no one else was around.
Yeah, and that's pretty much going to cut them out of this game. 3 goals in 20 seconds. Not very likely. If you're Haz and Norm, maybe just looking for more momentum for the final game. That's the thing, you know. Luckily, they were up 2 instead of 1. And so they're actually not out here. Demo by Gianflix, but I'm not going to get too much off that. Well, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be
Another one.
demo. Can't really see where the balls went. What a boom off of a demo. Smirk's going to take game 4. They're making it 2-2 right now. Moving into the final game. The final game will be the decider, much like the last match we just saw. 1 game left to decide who wins this section of the semifinals and who gets to move on to the finals.
Man, and back-to-back best of 5s here. Or back-to-back game 5s here, I should say. And, I love to see it. We're just getting some really hyped games, and I'm really hyped to see also the finals now, and who's going to be going up against Jay and Scraps. It's going to be decided here.
And for anyone watching who's still sticking around to finish this out, put down in the chat right now who you think is going to win this 5th game right here, and who is going to be moving on to finals.
Yeah, and we're asking the chat's opinion, but you know what? I want to know your opinion. Who do you think's taking it?
Right now, I think Gianflix and Crouton can take this. I really think they can. Crouton is just pulling out the most ridiculous shots I've seen, and Gianflix is getting just great aerials and 50 beats all around everything. And that's not to discredit Norm or Haz, who are doing very well, but it seems like they are often on their heels, kind of pinned to their goal, which is not a good place you want to be in. I feel like coming off of a win that Gianflix and just did, I feel like they can easily turn this around and turn it into a series win.
Yeah, I do actually think I agree with you here. Another big thing I've been seeing is Flicks within the last like 30 seconds of last game got like 2 demos, and right off the bat of this game got a demo. He's getting some demos, and I think at some point they're gonna score at least once off of a demo this game. So I think it's one of the best ways when you're in this competitive environment to just score a goal is to just make it a 2v1 for temporarily, of course, but. Norm, kind of threading the needle there. Very good shot, a lot of power.
And a gold jump scare. Striking when you least striking when you least expect it. I didn't even see him. Flew in to take advantage of that opening. But I mean, it is Norm. That's why he is on the team he's on in the position he is because he can make those shots happen.
Yeah, and it works out. I thought Crouton nearly hit it past Flicks there, but it actually looks like maybe it was planned. And it almost works out. Shot opportunity. And perhaps another one upcoming.
As bumping Crouton off of the wall so he cannot get any kind of pass setup. Gianflix looking to make a maneuver here, but has full control. Gianflix is actually empty. Just got the full tank, trying to move downfield. Cuts off his teammate, bounces it to the corner. Crouton gets the touch. He's looking for a second. Can't quite find it. Norm's going to go for the catch. If he can get the hook shot, it's a goal. He goes for it, but Gianflix, a nice backflip aerial, is going to get the save. Still in an awkward position for both teams. What a touch by Norm. If Crouton wasn't there, that surely would have been a goal. Not a shot. Yeah, not a flick I was going to expect. A bump. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was calling it there, 2v1 situation. If you're Norm, what do? You know, it's like you just can't save it. You're getting bumped. But
yeah, I mean,
still tied.
You gotta find a way to get back, turn around, and avoid the bump at the same time. It's like it's too many things to think of that you just end up losing what you're doing. But Crouton just coming in to that. I mean,
yep.
Flip reset, double flip reset. What are we doing? I know.
And we've seen, him do similar things to that to start off many times, and he's, throughout this tourney. And he is going to take the lead off of that. Although opportunity, though, for Haz. Good save.
Get to center. Crouton getting a nice touch off of it. No one's challenging it. Norm, pretty late to the challenge, is going to result in a goal. He gave Crouton just a little bit too much room, didn't push up fast enough. Great flick by Crouton, and great way to follow it, keep with it, make sure it did go in. That was very close to bouncing out.
Yeah, I mean, look at the control Crouton had over that ball. He gets a good save, he follows off the save, air dribbles, then lands with the ball on his car and just dribbles it. Uh-oh, not again.
What a touch! Gets it
demo.
over Norm. Oh my lord!
Okay, I gotta see that zoomed in on this replay.
Okay, so he gets the flip reset flick over Norm and then gets the mid-air demo on Haz. What an amazing shot coming here from Crouton.
Yeah,
and Gianflix.
That was
Teamwork. Big teamwork goal there. Gian, perfect positioning to finish it off.
Another demo, and yeah, these demos just from their side are kind of destroying him now.
Oh, what a save!
Good save. I couldn't even see he was blending in with the goal there. I didn't think he was there, but he does save it. And there's still 2 minutes on the clock. Again, we saw them mount a little bit of a comeback in some prior games, Haz a Norm. So we can maybe see something similar this game. They do have some time to work with, but not a whole lot.
Haz dragging Crouton along, trying to keep him from any kind of save. Norm going for an air dribble. This is not something we've seen yet. Almost gets a goal off of it. Gianflix kind of patiently just waiting by. He did get it past Crouton though. Norm looking empty, trying to get a fallback. Haz takes his boost, a boost of his own teammate. Haz is going to try to push this now. Make sure it does not stick around in their side of the field. Haz has been very consistent with his air dribbles tonight. That's for certain. Just whether or not he can make a goal out of them is the question. Norm gets the demo. It's a 1v2. Crouton is not in a good spot, but he makes the best of it nonetheless and keeps his ball from going into his net.
Yeah, and they're a bit backwards here.
Oh, wow.
And they've been getting goal after goal, especially this game, off of these kind of plays where has a Norm, they go for some passing play on
What a
offense,
move.
and then they just double air dribble it past to like Flicks over to finish it off. That's happened like 3 times this game. I mean, Flicks and Crouton's defense is working really well. More so their offense after defending is what's really causing them to succeed in this series in a lot of ways.
They do have a really strong offense.
Yeah, pass to Crouton. Really good 50 by Crouton. They're both up.
Double commit,
I
no one
think
gets
both
it.
Fake. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a little miscommunication. Maybe 30 seconds on the clock.
Norm gets the boom. He's looking for the follow. He gets the read. Doesn't really go anywhere though. Az is up.
Race.
Doesn't beat
Flicks
GN
wins it.
Flicks.
Yeah.
Crouton, look for the
There you
little,
go.
look for the angle. Yeah, very tough one to get though. Crouton actually empty. Not sure if anyone's back. He gets the boom. Norm gets a nice touch. Crouton gets up to. GN Flicks is out of the play. It's up to Crouton. He's empty. Can he get the double touch? He cannot. He was not up high enough. But with 4 seconds left, it looks like GN Flicks and Crouton are moving on to the finals to go against Scraps and Jay Jr.
Yeah, and really good series there. Just really good performance by all 4 players. And I mean, next is gonna be the finals. I mean, I'm hyped to see what this has to go. I mean, we've seen back-to-back Game 5s, just fantastic series for our 2 semifinals matches. And I am thinking we are going to be seeing something similar in our next match.
I definitely hope so. Would love to end this off in a 5-game best of 5. I want to see all 5, like you said. Maybe a couple overtimes here and there, but it's very interesting how in all of these scenarios the team that's winning kind of bounces around. Doesn't really seem to stick with the same one on any consecutive term whatsoever.
Yeah. And the lobby is being created for our final match of the night. It's almost 11 o'clock EST. This has been a great tournament. I've been having a good time. And I think we've been having some great games, especially in these last few matches.
Yeah, big shout out to everyone who's tuned in and listened to us ramble and talk for the past couple hours, and thanks to all the players as well who decided to show up tonight and making this quite the turnout. A lot of teams decided to come in and make this tournament happen.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, very cool that we were able to get so many people participating in this tournament, especially considering there's so many players, out for vacation this week, things like that. Cool to get 24 players, and almost no one dropping out either, and stuff like that. Very good. And with that, the lobby is up. I will be making the call out to our players. See if maybe. Yeah, it looks like they're ready to
Make sure
go.
they're-
Not in the lobby,
they're antsy.
but
Looks like we're just waiting on one. Looks like they are all here. They can hit the they can hit the field whenever they want. We are ready. I think everyone watching is probably ready to see how this ends. Ready to get to a nice bed.
yeah, and
It looks like we are going.
Flicks and
Yeah.
Crouton joining very quick. I was expecting maybe they might be a little tired after the last match or something, but they're just eager to get right back into it. They'll play play 5 games and hopefully play 5 more.
Big toucher by Scraps, giving it to Crouton. who's going to try to do what he can with it. It's passed down to his teammate, GM Flicks. Scraps intercepts. He's going to take it all the way down. He looks for the center. It's not going to go there, though. It's going to go all the way over, but it doesn't matter. Jay Jr. swings in, gets the angle. Amazing shot here from Jay Jr. I mean, 13 seconds into the match. What more can we ask for?
Yeah, and Jay, yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's a great shot. We may be seeing another high-scoring match, reminiscent of our last series. Flicks immediately boom it up. Jay with the demo again.
GM Flicks, what are we doing? This is just, I mean, he is just popping off tonight. What a play. I mean, double flip reset, straight into the goal. I've never seen I've never seen this many teams be so flashy in such like a high intensity matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, we can see the demo by Jay there. The demos that Jay was able to get against Slurpee and Twisty really made a huge difference in that match. We were seeing so many goals happen off of demos on both sides. Jay bring on a ton of demos, probably the most out of any player in that match. And so I think if he could maybe get some of those this match as well, that could be big. Although it's definitely a tough task to lock down Crouton or GN Flicks just with how fast they are, and constantly up in the air.
It's a good point. Those demos were like kind of a key part of the strategies to win, especially that like second, third game kind of range. A lot of demos were coming out from both those teams. Jay Jr. goes for the bump on Crouton, just can't quite get it though. Crouton gets in the air before Jay has a chance. Scraps bumps Crouton out of the way, so he cannot finish the play. But Scraps moves in and does it for him anyway.
Yeah, you know, you do gotta watch out going for the demos a little bit there. Maybe costed them a goal. Jake trying to commit to that demo. If you miss, it does, of course. I mean, if you miss, it's practically like you got demoed, and it'll probably put your teammate in a 2v1. But Jay's not gonna miss often.
Yeah, well,
man, he's going crazy.
Unfortunate miss there by Jay Jr.
Yeah.
Crouton goes for one of those little off the wall goals, pass to himself. Amazing shot, very tough ones to go for, especially in a situation like this. But I guess they are up 2 goals at this point. They have wiggle room to work with. I still don't understand how in a finals match you would go for a shot so flashy. But I mean, it's Crouton. He does it again, right? I'm talking about it. Grabs it, nice catch here. Gonna pass it up to himself. Goes for the air dribble, gets the touch on it. Perfect sinker, straight in, no crossbar or anything.
Yeah, I mean, if I was consistent at flashy shots like that, what? Is that it? Not quite. What a weird start off. But yeah, Scraps. GN Flicks looking for a redirect too, although it might just be anyways. Oh,
gets it.
Jay with the save though.
Gets the redirect, but yeah, gets the redirect. But what a save by Jay Jr. Way to be there. Prepared for anything, but a big demo here on Scraps is going to open up a possibility for an offensive play. However, GM Flicks takes control of it and does not let that happen. It's a goal. Very close. Scraps with a good save. Perfectly center to get the save. Scraps has got a demo. Jay's got a demo. I thought they got demoed for a second, but they opened the board completely and did not really make too many opportunities out of it. In fact, they might just get gold on.
Yeah, and you know, it does feel like Scraps and Jay have kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit. It's been a little bit since they got gold on. Yep. It feels like they're putting on a couple more shots. So, you know, we saw the adaptation. Like, the adaptation was very key to that team in beating Slurpee and Twisty. So we're kind of seeing some adaptation here maybe as well. I'm very interested to see how Jay...
He's on calling for an off the wall. A little bit of a double commit. Can't quite find its way in. Just gonna bounce up and down right there in front of the goal. Yeah, great save there by Jay and Scraps. Crouton looking to make this a shot. Where is GN going? He's to the stars. Makes his way back down somehow. Don't know what that maneuver was all about. Ball definitely did not go wherever he thought it was going. Back down to Crouton's way. He's gonna collect it. Goes for this boom. Goes off the wall. Gets a pretty light touch on it. Easy challenge here for Scraps, except he gets a double. Gets it past Scraps. It's all up to Jay. Jay's on 12 boost. Can make a goal out of this if he has to. But just can't seem to find it.
Yeah, you mentioned the 12 boost there. I do wonder how much boost is gonna come into effect specifically for taking boost away from Jay. There's a lot of times last game where Haz and Norm were just low boost because G and Flix or Crouton, they'd go for a shot, then take both back boosts on their end. So, wonder if they might drain Jay, make it hard for him to
What
go
a
for his
save by G and
shots.
Flix.
Close.
Scraps looks for the double. Very close. Big boom here from G and Flix. Going to send it out. Scraps looking to put it backwards towards their goal. Jake Jr. gets the collect. He can make this a goal very easily, and he does exactly that. Nice turnaround here from Jay Jr. in the corner to take control of the ball. Making use of every opportunity he's given. That's 2 goals now for Jay Jr. and Scraps. They're looking at a 2-goal differential, however. They got to double what they're at. 40 seconds left on the clock. Definitely possible. We've seen it happen before, even tonight. But if they do lose it, there is always the next game and the game after that.
Yeah, and I mean,
What a touch by Jay
another
Jr.
goal in what, 11 seconds?
Yeah, very
I mean,
little
we're
amount
only
of time.
one away.
30 seconds left. 1 goal from tied. This could definitely go to an overtime at this point. Jay Jr. and Scraps have to play this perfectly. Crouton and GM Flix have to be a little bit worried right now on whether or not they're going to be able to maintain their lead. Scraps has control over it. Gets a little bit disoriented by that touch right there from Crouton. GM Flix is going to try to work it all the way back. 16 seconds left. Not too much Jay can do from this point. He's empty. He gets the boom. It's seeming to stay on this side of the field, which is not helpful for trying to keep an overtime in the option. Scraps looking to get it up to the wall. He gets the boom. It's headed downfield. It's going to drop quick. Somebody needs to catch it. Somebody does catch it. Just can't quite make it a goal. It's still up. It's still up in the air. I think he was meaning to put it down. No way. Oh, just didn't quite catch it. Very close, though, to an overtime. I believe that was the first game of this matchup, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 game in, and the Smurfs are leading by 1 game.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, not very good for the Smurfs. They were not able to score on Scraps or Jay past about the 3-minute mark. Maybe 2 minutes 30 seconds, somewhere around there. They already had 4 goals, and then Scraps and Jay found 2 more since then later in the game. So that second half of the game was all the Scraps and Jay show. Very reminiscent of a game 1 against Slurp and Twisty match. Kind of interesting to see if they'll win game 2 like they did in that series.
A comeback is possible, and they may have not entirely accepted that it was going to be a tough climb, but the prep for the next game's morale is definitely something to account for when moving into the end of a losing game. You can always work hard on kind of fixing out your rotations and stuff before the next game gets going. That way, once you hit that next round, you're right and ready to go, adapted to whatever it is you've decided you need to adapt to in order to win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we in the Scraps and Jay's last game, we totally saw the effect of that. Generally in the games right before they'd lose a game, but then in the last minute they'd start winning, and then they'd win the next game. So they're definitely maybe a momentum-based team, and they definitely have the momentum.
They surely do, and it's kind of sitting in front of the goal right now. Dangerous spot. Big clear from Crouton. Scraps are going to try to meet up at the ceiling. Just can't quite get up there, though. Crouton looks for the boom. Jay Jr. catches it, but he drops on it from the stars, from the sky. Perfect goal here. Going to just ground ball it right behind Jay Jr., where he just can't quite get to it.
Man, and I mean, there's no way Jay was expecting that at all. Crouton just falls from the heavens. He's just straight onto the ball, pinches it right in goal. That's, just wow.
Crouton with another start off. Can't seem to quite get to the goal. It gets bumped, it seems, by Jay Jr. perhaps. Scraps looking to make a play here. A little bit of a fake aerial there. Gets it past Crouton. It's 1v1. Very awkward pounce there from Scraps. Odd strategy. Seemed to work in his favor quite well, though. I'm just going to trust he knows what he's doing. Going to the corner. Jay Jr. is looking for a way to collect this somehow, although he is backwards. Big boom here from Crouton. He's looking for a goal. It's up to Scraps. Scraps gets the save. Head for the back corner. Crouton's trying to intercept Jay. It's a reverse of what we were just looking at. Jay has the ball. Crouton is on the run. Back over to the corner. Jay's looking for a turn. But Crouton gets demoed by Scraps. Goal opportunity is looking very possible right here. If Jay can get a touch out to Scraps as a pass, it could be, but he just can't quite make it connect.
Yeah, and you know, interestingly enough, that momentum not really helping Jay and Scraps out that much here. It's 0-1. And you gotta think, where's their mental at right now? You know, you scored 3 unanswered in your last game just to still lose, and just now to get scored on in this game.
What a touch, though, from Scraps. Coming all the way from past the midway field line, taking advantage of a kind of like a sloppy pass play coming from Gianflix and Crouton, where Gian turned around prematurely before he could get to that Crouton pass. Nice goal here from Scraps. Going to tie them back up. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. Anybody's game. Looking for who is going to take the next goal.
Yeah.
And I think we found the answer.
Bit of like a fake there. You gotta see the replay a little. But I think he kind of baited Scraps into jumping a little early. Yeah, and then waited and saved his flip till he already jumped. Really good play by Gianflix. We've seen so many fakes kind of similar to that, and that's just one more for the record book.
This is a very odd way of going about shooting it, but it did work out in their favor. But it looks like this might roll in. Jay Jr. tying it back up. Does not want to be down anymore score-wise. 3 minutes on the clock. Still dead even. Basically what we were looking at when the game started, what we were looking at about 10 seconds ago. It seems when one scores, the next one does. A lot of kickoff goals coming from these guys.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe a pass to Crouton here. Sets him up really well. Scraps a pretty decent challenge. Jay can hopefully take it for him. Not quite. Jay actually low boost. I think Crouton nabbed his boost. Could hurt Jay in the long run. Although somebody got this.
Jay going for the air dribble. He's trying to find his way down. If he can get the bounce, he can put it in, but he just can't quite get it. Good touch there by Gianflix to reroute it to the corner. Can't quite get the boost he was looking for, though. Scraps goes for the center. Jay Jr. is there. Can't win the 50. Huge boom here by Gianflix. It goes straight to Crouton. Can't quite make the shot. It's a little bit wide. Not sure what he's looking for. He's looking for the pass. It's out to Gianflix. Jay Jr. way to be there. Way to stop that that offensive pressure, kind of get it into a spot where he can boom it out. And that's exactly what he does. Off the backboard. Scraps needs to turn if he wants to do anything. Goes for the backup. Gets the bicycle. Another boom of a hit. Can't get it quite past Crouton. Crouton seems to be running back. GM maybe looking for a demo there. Can't quite find it, though.
Yeah, and good clear by Scraps actually there. I thought Gianflix was going to be able to take that. Pretty scary though. Crouton here. Can Jay defend? It's going center though. That'll be scary for Scraps and Jay.
Little bit of a whiff there from Scraps. A lot of room to score. No one was there. Where were they? GN and Crouton. Perfect opportunity to take a lead, and they did not do it. I'm assuming they were not expecting Scraps to whiff, but nevertheless, someone should always be ready for moments like that. It's twos. You got to take advantage of any opportunity you get. Big boom here from Crouton. Going to send all the way down. Jay Jr. is here to receive it. Does not go for the boom. Opts for the catch instead. Goes for the air dribble. Bounces Crouton out of the way. The shot is visible. It's open. I can see what Scraps is trying to go for here. Can't quite get it past Crouton. Crouton gets the double over Jay. It's headed back. If he can get another pass to center, this could be another goal for Gianflix and Crouton, and it almost is, except a beautiful demo from Jay Jr. is going to kind of put an end to that.
Yeah, and a really nice touch by Scraps as well there. Although putting it a little too far forward, Crouton noticing he wasn't going to be able to beat him to that ball. He's going to challenge it. Flicks. Not quite able to get the angle. Scraps hitting it up. Crouton is backwards here, although quick turn actually. Oh, and he beat Jay to the boost.
35 seconds left. Still tied. It's been tied for about 2 to 3 minutes right now. at this point, if I am not mistaken. GMFlix looking to change that, and he does.
Yeah, I didn't even realize quite how long we were tied for, but I thought there was still like 2 minutes on the clock, but GMFlix, that's 25 seconds now. Keep in mind, Scraps and Jay did lose game 1. Uh-oh. Not a great start off, although big miscommunication by Flix and Crouton there. Kind of fumbled a fairly easy goal. Not that they necessarily need it, though.
I know, up 1, 10 seconds left. On the opponent's side of the field, it is a good place to be with this much time remaining. Although Jay Jr. gets a nice, beautiful hit. Come on, put it in. And he gets it. 1 second left, tied 3-3. We're going to look at an overtime here between these two teams.
Really
a little bit of a demo.
Scraps.
Yeah, a little bit of a demo play here, a little bit of a double touch. Great shot by Jay Jr. to get it off the ground with 1 second left. This is exactly what they needed.
Good goal. Nope. Overtime.
Jay Jr. and Crouton on kickoff. The kickoff seems to go nowhere. It's dead in the water. Scraps gets there first. GN seemed to have gotten bumped on his way in. Scraps looking for a center. If he can pop it up, Jay Jr. is ready. He goes for the pop. Crouton read it, though. Beautiful demo by Jay Jr. or else that was going to be looking like a goal. And a beautiful demo by Scraps. The double demo stops all offensive plays. They're turning around. They're looking for the goal. Jay might be able to find his way to in. Almost an own goal by GMFlix. Jay gets it off the wall. Scraps looking to set it center, but can't quite find his way over to it. Looking for the turnaround. Maybe a pass over to Jay. A little bit of a double commit. They both seem to be double stacked. Jay goes for the touch. He gets it. Scraps just can't quite beat Crouton, though. It looks like it's going to head back down their way. If they can't get a goalie down there soon, this is going to be an unfortunate situation. What a touch. What a poor touch.
Yeah, I don't know. See the replay, was that in?
It was in. Oh.
You think it was? I don't know.
I mean, if it hit
maybe it was. It was definitely close. Tough spot for
If
Jay.
it hit the
He was
top-
kind of a bit too close to
Yeah.
really get a good hit there. I think he was maybe looking for like a backflip, but the shot was so fast, you know, like you're basically 50-50 and you just flip and you hope that you hit it the right way. And unfortunately for Jay, he did not. Which is going to put them down 2. Not where you want to be. Not over yet. And still a close game. So.
Yeah, second overtime of the night. Fairly shorter than the Scraps left connection.
Game crash, Jay is saying in the chat. So I suppose we'll just wait for him to be able to join back in.
Absolutely, yeah. Second overtime of the night, fairly shorter than the first one we hit, which I believe was at 4.5 minutes of overtime gameplay. This one really not clocking in at all that long. But like you said, the Smurfs are up 2 right now, 2-0 on Jay Jr. and Scraps, the Sons of Peaches, as the team name goes. Potentially could win right here on the third game. Go for the sweep. Otherwise, the fourth and fifth game is always possible. But at this point, if Jay Jr. and Scraps want to win, they have to pull out a reverse sweep on the Smurfs.
Yeah, and Scraps is back very quick. Shout out Scraps, you don't even need to pause or anything. Right to it, game 3. And yeah, that is the thing. These are all do or die games if you are Jay or Scraps. But they did win games 4 and 5 back-to-back against Slurpee and Twisty. So they've been in a similar situation tonight, and they did prevail. So we'll see what they're able to do. Definitely have been able to adapt a lot throughout this series and their other series. So we'll see what maybe they can switch up in their gameplay here.
Who's on look for a boom downfield? Can't quite get it on goal, which I'm assuming is what he wanted. He tries to get the redirect, can't really get another touch. Puts him in an awkward spot now that he's up there. Definitely puts GMFlix in an awkward spot because his teammate is kind of hovering around a ball he cannot hit, which makes it tough for him to push up for any kind of goal opportunity. Crouton looking for a outward push, can't find it. It's going to go back down to GMFlix area, which he needs to move fast if he plans on getting anywhere with this ball. It seems Scraps may have moved in and stolen all of the boost, and Great shot there. Great shot placement there by Jay. I mean, close to the top and side crossbar.
Yeah.
Perfect shot to the corner.
Yeah, recognizing Crouton's on the left side of the goal. He's just gonna go shoot it to the right, and well, I mean, you saw it there. Crouton not able to get to it. How could he? And Geneflix and Crouton hovering around their goal though. I've seen a lot of goals happen from similar situations to this.
Crouton going up for this is the second time he's gone up for like kind of a double touch on goal that really he doesn't seem to have. It kind of does put Gian in an awkward position. I feel like if maybe Crouton just got it up there and then turned around instead of trying to go for some random double, then they could make a couple more goals out of it.
Yeah, I do wonder maybe they've got a bit of a cushion.
What a touch!
Wow, Geneflix. Really good shot. Really fast shots.
Nice pass from Crouton. Yeah, beautiful shot. Way to be up. Pre-jumped and everything. 100% planned play right there from the Smurfs.
Yeah, and if you're Scraps, you hate to see it. He was right there, so close to being able to get up in time. He actually got up really fast, but just not quite fast enough. But it is 1-1. 3 minutes in. Scraps doing some air dribbling of his own, not something we get to see too often from him. But he did a pretty good job, although just a good challenge from, yeah.
What a nice shot here from Geneflix. Putting them up 2 minutes 50 seconds left. Basically 3 minutes. Good double touch there by Geneflix to reroute it. Giving them 1 goal lead. Not too bad of a difference here for J Junior Scraps, but definitely not something to smile about, as they have to pull out a reverse sweep on J Junior, or I mean on Crouton and Geneflix if they hope to win this.
Yeah, and I think they do maybe need to pull back the reins a little bit on the offense. You know, I mean, obviously you need to get those goals up, but Geneflix is getting a lot of goals of just kind of air dribbling it into the goal while both of them are trying to return from an offensive play. And it's just such a hard save, especially when he flips resets. Ooh, Jay's so close to that goal. You know, that's gotta hurt. Crouton over Scraps also. Huge demo though. Gonna stop.
Nice demo there on Crouton. Good flick here is gonna maybe get it past Geneflix. At least put him in a weird spot. Jay with a little bit of a whip is gonna put him out of position. Crouton gets the double off the wall, booming it away. They're kind of double stacked, putting themselves in an awkward spot. Jake comes, takes advantage of it. He's looking to make this a goal. Gets the bump on Crouton. Not sure where Scraps is. Scraps is a little bit late for the show. Almost gets the shot. Very close, but good save here from Crouton and Geneflix.
Yeah, and minute 30 to go. Not a goal for either teams in a good while, so I mean, you know, you've really got to get something going here, though, now, pretty soon here, if you're Scraps or Jay. You got to find that goal.
Crouton looks for a double on this, maybe. He gets it. Going up center. Jay gets the touch. It's going to boom it past Geneflix. He looks for the flip reset. Can't find it. He needed it in order to boom it to goal. Almost turns it into another goal here. They just need one more. 1 minute. They need 1 goal. Tie it up. Take it to an overtime. 2 goals, and they'll take it to a victory. Jay Jr. retreating to the backside of his corner, trying to get this up the wall, give him some room to work with. He's running out of boost. He gets the flip reset. He got the reset, couldn't quite get the flick into it. Leaving it to Scraps. Scraps just can't quite get up in time. Crouton goes for the pass to Geneflix if he can make it a goal, and he can, and he does. Putting in 41 seconds left, giving them a cushion of 2-goal lead coming in to the later end of this match. What a beautiful touch right there, an underbelly shot coming from Geneflix. This, you know, this has to just be quite the dampen on Scraps and Jay Jr.'s feelings.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely do or die now. And with that, it may be die. But, Crouton again.
Crouton.
One of these shots. It's just. How do you
Crouton's
stay consistent
kickoffs.
with that, man. Crazy.
Just never challenge Crouton on a kickoff, unless you're the Jet. then you'll win. But anyone else, just there's no chance you're beating Crouton on any sort of kickoff. What an aerial from Scraps coming in from across the field on a pre-jump beats Crouton and a 50. Very, very long aerial. Scraps trying to go for it again. Can't quite find it this time, but Jay can turn around quick enough. He can maybe turn into a goal. Crouton with perfect possession, though, gets right on it. Make sure Jay cannot turn around quick enough. Trying to just keep possession of this. Trying to just keep it to the ground. It doesn't matter at this point. 0 seconds left. The ball touches the ground. The Smurfs win the Dynamic Duo Summer Spectacular Duos Tournament after a long and hard-fought battle. We are happy to announce that the winners are Crouton and GN Flicks.
Yeah, and Crouton saying that's what you get for breaking Rule 1. Yeah, I mean, real, I suppose, 3-0. Yeah, I mean, still a really good series regardless. Really good showing from both teams for sure. I mean, honestly, the competition was like just really tough to start with. It was like everybody was playing so well. From really like every team that signed up. There's not a single team here that that disappointed me. Like every team I think showed up and did better than I thought they would do, which you love to see.
Exactly what I was thinking. Amazing job tonight from everyone who participated. Y'all played amazing nights out here for a lot of people. Thank you for everyone who stuck around with us for this very long stream. I think we just hit 4 hours. So thanks to everyone who stuck around to watch, to enjoy this night here in the QLS with us. Huge shout out to Jopapa for putting in the time to make that promotional video as well. If you haven't seen it, make sure to head to the announcements and check it out on YouTube. Great video. Another shout out to Jopapa for setting up the bracket, and just another huge shout out to a lot of our league members in the stream room and other places around that just helped to organize this event and get it going.
Yeah, a big shout out also to everyone for getting me those clips for the video. Almost everyone did get me a clip in time, which 24 players getting it to me within like the 6-hour time span. Pretty impressive of all you guys. So that was very helpful. Definitely made the process go by faster.
With that, I think we're going to wrap up the night here. A long night it has been. I hope you all have an amazing week here. I know it is the QRLS break. Make sure you enjoy it, because right as next week started, we're getting right back into action. So enjoy your time, and most importantly, keep it quick.